Okay, we're going. Hi, welcome back to Star Wars. We're doing it.
Yay.
It's happening this week.
We do it.
Yeah, I guess you can probably still see the Final Destiny results on screen. We had some other stuff. Guess what? Nothing happened. But to recap, because it has been a couple weeks, we missed last week. Your basic outline after spending a lot of time with the Springfolk, because oh no, you decided they were cool. Was basically you're just gonna bring everybody together. Everybody's gonna be friends. We're all gonna be together.
Yes.
Friendship.
So
We
you
RPG'd this very hard.
basically hired the raiders and told them to show up at a place, and then you did the Jedi anyway did the trial of the Springfolk. They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're neat. And you told them to send some guys to meet you in 3 days also.
Yes.
Because in 3 days, that's the important thing. As far as we know anyway, let me actually go ahead and figure that out. Your big boy vehicle will show up.
Yes. Sierra Mobile. It's big and huge. It has huge stonks.
How dare you autocomplete some like rando pop-up URL, Google, as opposed to a website I have bookmarked? Fuck you, Chrome. How dare you?
Sassy today.
Sassy every day.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Failure.
I am at the. Okay, and I'm ready to do that. So, while these guys think about if they actually spent any EXP last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever, I will remind everybody this episode is brought to you by patrons like Adam DeHarp, Hanko Comics, Architect 10, Black OG, Carlos Qua, Ferris, Jeremy Vasquez, Jonathan Sandoval, Kelly Denton, Legendary Boss Hunter, Liam Kessler, Region Raptor, Rogue Robin, Shawnee P, some guy named Bob Soto, son over 2 for 750. Agreed. And if you like what we do and want to see more, consider supporting us on Patreon. You can get access to episodes early and lots of other goodies, and it will really help us out.
Thank you.
Okay. Did anybody actually do anything with EXP recently?
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah,
did.
Checking it, I found that I got actually no, because I ate something spicy.
All right. Well, did somebody else go?
Okay, so I got the Talent Rapid Reaction one.
Cool.
I got nothing.
Big surprise.
Double cool. Thanks for that.
I got Knowledge Warfare Fair 4. Fair 4?
I-
Yes.
I got deadly
4.
accuracy for heavy.
I got a rock. Okay. I'll roll this secretly because you guys don't know.
Secrets?
Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies. But almost dumped all my dice out on the floor. That wouldn't have been good. But you guys basically have 2-ish days technically, I think.
Mhm.
Because you spent the night at the Springfield. So you guys have 2-ish days to figure out what you're doing. Get back. That won't take you long. I think we said that it would be like less than a day's worth of travel on your swoop bikes anyway. Excuse me. On account of you took a detour last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you good? You gonna do anything with those 2 days?
Well, we're gonna go back, and we still got to convince the nomads. I was trying to think of their damn name, to be okay with a bunch of raiders hanging out and filling up their tanks.
Oh, right.
Because we actually haven't talked to them about that. We also gotta let them know that there's gonna be a bunch of people just showing up here in a couple days. Okay, thanks, bye. So we need to head back.
Yeah. And I believe originally I'd actually planned to check in with what the clones were doing while you guys were lost in a mountain for like 2 hours or something.
Yes.
But
Were
it's
we playing
been
like cards?
2 weeks, so I don't know if either of those guys will remember anything about anything, and I'm not going to coach them to force them through role playing. So
I know we were.
Yeah.
It was like the
Cards.
heads, maybe not sage, but like the oldest lady of like the Springfield village. And then we just were playing cards with her for like a few hours as we just chatted as we waited.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just fucking collapsed during last session.
No, that's okay. I understand. That's why it didn't happen, and then we didn't come back the next week. So it's like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna like. It's been 2 weeks. I'm not gonna crowbar you guys into remembering what that's like.
It's
Unless you
fine.
did your homework and listened back. Anyway, you go back. You return. You've got your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The nomads are probably like, "Hey, you were gone a while."
So yes, I will fill them in on stuff.
Okay, cool.
Chika, 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 chika.
Trying to think. What skill in particular would be best suited by this? I think the best is a negotiation check. But if you want to make a pitch for a different social skill,
Well,
Go for it.
personally, I would actually say charm might be a bit more applicable because I'm trying to convince them that no, this is all cool. Trust me, I'm awesome, and I totally know what I'm doing. Like negotiation would kind of be maybe there's some back and forth, but I'm just trying to convince them. No, they're gonna help us. They'll be cool. Just let them fill up their tankers, hang out here, enjoy the heat, and everything will be fine.
Just trust me.
Just trust me.
all right, I guess that is charm, but hey, I'm gonna make that harder.
All right.
Let me actually pull up the holocron because that's got notes about groups of people and stuff. Because this will not be like a full-blown town hall meeting, but as you'll recall, there is kind of a little huddle of captains of the nomads who you've talked to previously. So this will basically be you will reconvene with the huddle. The only person you really need to convince is has been 2 weeks. Let me check his name. The captain of the tanker, Exodin Gill, with 2 Y's and 2 L's.
Cause space.
And an X in that first name. But he will have some duties with him. Does that actually matter much? No. I'm just double checking if there's any key notes. Okay, all right, it's not really a big deal. All right, so let's go with a hard charm check.
Hard charm check.
Hypothetically, if this guy should have some cool or something, but I don't really want to dial it down and figure it out. So we'll just give it a hard roll. There's a little bit of action there. Hold on, I'm gonna step away for a sec.
You fool.
Oh.
BBV. Wait. No. Wrong. Only one B. V. And then for days. Yeah. Wow. Did I forget anything? No, I didn't. Fuck it. Let's go. Just 3 success, I guess.
How neutral.
Hope this is not a sign of what's to come.
I mean, I succeeded, Axe.
Oh, pretty tight close check there, but yes, you succeeded with flying colors. Force. How you want to spend those?
Oh, 3 success.
All right. Okay. Clean enough. Okay. There's a little bit of hemming and hawing, but you are in fact trustworthy. So
Trust me, I punch a nice fisher.
there's some grumbling, but they're like, hey, whatever. Fair price is fair price. We are borrowing their vehicle. Effectively, anyway.
Effectively.
It'll be fine. And they don't no persuasion is necessary about Springfoot coming to visit. That's just they're showing up. Okay.
Everyone mind your P's and Q's.
You know, they know how to be hospitable to guests, and so if you say that they're your guests, they'll be okay. But yeah, you get that persuasion in. Are you yet sharing any of your long-term shenanigans with them? Is this just
I feel like I think I want to wait till like not. I want to wait until we're done with the separatist. Well, this initial separatist angle first, just so we don't have necessarily any other additional distractions. At the point, I want to see how everything falls at the end of that. Like, so before we like tromp off to the World Crown, maybe, hopefully. I don't know if they're already in there or not, but not right now. I guess that's the best way to say it, is not right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Just
don't want to be
checking,
juggling
'cause
too many cats.
You do got a couple of, you got a couple of days you're killing.
Mm-hmm.
And I have determined that yes, on the dawn of the third day, Sierra Mobile does show up. However,
Uh-oh.
As you can hear them approaching, it does sound like the drives are a little out of sync, and you might actually see some like small plumes of smoke or something coming up from some of the machinery, in addition to the usual moving of exhaust and snow.
Oh, geez, did they crash?
No, like you don't see any external damage, but it does sound like, and if you like ask them about it, yeah, it's reported that they had a rough traversal over some terrain, some ups and downs. The wheels on the Juggernaut are like solid steel, solid space steel. There's no tires at all. So like if they accidentally popped one in a crevasse, it really doesn't matter. But yeah, it sounds like maybe they might have like hit some giant potholes or something and had some disruptions in their effort to get here on time.
Well, let's see here.
But they have arrived, and God, I may need to reorganize my Star Wars document again. I've already like broken their adventures and characters. I may need to eat some other stuff in a different folder. But I'm looking for the vehicle list. There we go. Clone Wars vehicles. Let's see how much we can work with. Juggernaut. Let's see what that's. How much you got? Yeah, you got like a system strain of like 50. We'll say it probably took about 5 of those.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have a full system strain to work with because they haven't had time to, stop, flush the things. But hey, your ride's here. It's got your stuff that you wanted.
Yay.
Also, for the sake of moving things along, your Springfolk friends show up, and your raid runner full of raiders shows up. Yay!
Everyone's here. Introductions all around, handshakes, or at least, eyes on you stuff.
Is there a way I can make it so? I don't think I can make it so that while I'm in the server in the channel, everything shuts the fuck up except secret tabletop.
I mean, I just mute the entire goddamn channel and just stay in secret.
Yeah,
that's too much of a pain in the ass. There's no mute all checkbox and uncheck. I can mute the server, but I can't unmute it. Anyway, I have reposted because it was 1,000,000 years ago the stats for the raid runner. So you guys have arrived. You got things.
Well, Lucky will just mute the entire server until I turn it back on. Boop.
Just to give you blue lights. Anyway, that was just a me question. You have boxes of stuff. Go.
I have boxes of stuff. Right. I will give out boxes of stuff.
Yay!
Yay!
Red Cross efforts go.
Okay, so I hope you guys have written down what you have of what, because I didn't.
We have 4 boxes of 4 things each.
Okay. All right.
So we have 4 boxes of luxury food, 4 boxes of medicine, 4 boxes of personal entertainment, and 4 boxes of component parts.
Alrighty. So, how do you want to distribute those? Since you do have representatives of all of your various groups here right now.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna give everyone gets a box of luxury food and medicine.
Okay.
Just
that leaves you with 1 each surplus.
Yes. Then we're gonna give the raiders and the nomads a box of ship components, or components, right. I should say. Just to have
give them a box of components and parts.
And basically, if anyone wants any personal entertainment devices, well, that's actually on a trade basis of what they got.
All right. At the moment, nobody has anything they're in demand to trade, so you
Yeah.
can sit on those for now.
Alright, we can sit
But
on
yeah,
those for
okay. So you get them out. They're handed out. You have some number of clones
Mhm.
to actually provide support. Actually, this is a good question. I assume for the Raiders, you just pay Inkari, their leader, in the crates,
Yeah.
because that was your agreed upon price, and you do actually let her know you did negotiate for the fuel.
Mhm.
That was, I believe that was phrased as almost like a kicker.
Yeah.
Or at the least you got her to accept that as a bonus, but you did negotiate it, so
Mhm.
yeah. So they will take their crates and go. But do you want to just pass off your crate each of food and medicine to community leaders, or are you going to go full blown, clones pop open crates and start handing out, bags of squishy space French bread, tubes of cinnamon rolls? I don't know.
Let's give the crates.
What's a luxury grain? I don't even know.
Let's let's go with community leader, I suppose.
Okay.
Just-
All right. So this means that you guys probably have a couple of hours to coordinate with your clones, because those guys are busy passing those out.
Yeah.
Or in the case of the spring folk, probably opening them up, divvying them out, and sending some guys back home, basically.
Yeah.
And to clarify numbers, so the spring folk probably show up with mostly scouts. They're Jaeger folk, but
Yeah.
they are either on foot or mounted on striders. We'll say that you have an even dozen of each. You've got scouts on foot in basically their snowman suits. They're armed with swords, bows, or spears. And then you've got a dozen cavalry, basically, on tundra striders. Lighter gear, lighter packs, but they're armed with, like, long spears, swords, etc. Hunting bows, stuff like that. So you've got a small blob of cavalry scouts and a small blob of infantry scouts.
Cool. Hang on. 12 cavalry.
And there is... You have X1 Raid Runner, stats already provided. And that is fully crewed by about 24 raiders, who are basically pirates of the land in terms of their capabilities.
Yeah.
They've got some crappy slug thrower rifles and shitty blaster carbines or pistols.
Okey-doke.
And lots of really sharp knives for some reason. Why do they have so many knives? Where do they get them?
I don't know. They checked on the How to Be a Pirate, and it said blades for days.
Well, and to be fair, if you're close quarters fighting, you really don't want to use like a rifle inside one of these vehicles if you jump on board, right?
Yeah.
Ricochets, break something important, not great.
Besides,
Blasters
the
are
knives,
volatile too.
All right, now we have.
besides the knives are also really good for like carving through the ice if needed.
Well, yeah, a knife is a tool.
we-
Some of them may even have like simple hatchets or survival type axes as well. But yeah, they basically have melee, soft melee, and some ranged.
Okay,
But they have enough crew to run their vehicle and also run their own guns.
cool. Perf.
In terms of the nomads, there's probably, I think we discussed this before, I think there's about a dozen different vehicles they have, but none of them are combat spec. They probably have the most bulk of armed men. I would say you might even have upwards of 50 fighting age, self-armed nomads who know what they're doing in a scrap, but none of them have formal training. They're mostly hunters, scouts, that kind of thing. Like the woman you met before. What was her name again?
Ah, shit.
Isma DeMarcus. That's so. You have those guys in reserve. I don't know if you actually want to employ them, but you've got some extra hands if you need extra manpower. And they are certainly okay to provide you with maps and support vehicles, et cetera, et cetera. Did anybody jot down how many clones you brought with you?
I know we brought the usual plus enough to run Sierra Mobile. So
Okay, so Sierra Mobile's
Run like a little
crew
extra. There was, like-
requirements are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, we didn't bring that many.
It was like half
another
capacity on like
6,
No,
the
8.
thing.
So it's a 20-man crew,
Mhm.
and your config is half troop capacity normally anyway, so it's 150.
Mhm.
So did you bring half cap of the Juggernaut?
Yeah, I
It's a
think that's
little
what we
over
said
half,
was
yeah.
half cap. Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably 60 fighting clones and then 15 in auxiliaries, officers, support personnel,
It makes sense.
So that was
which
like
is
so
in
75.
unit terms.
75 clones. Yeah, we got a sized fighting force here.
Yeah, that would be probably the equivalent of like, depending on how you want to divide and subdivide those units, you've probably got 2 or 3 platoons out of that.
Cool.
And of course, you have 2 vehicles. Biggest vehicles. So, as I said before, you guys have a few hours to talk with your clone units,
Mhm.
double check anything, running intel.
Mhm.
Is there anything in specific any of you want to talk about with those guys who have been traveling for like a week behind you now almost?
Mhm. I am curious about the condition of the crossing. Like, how bad was it? I know it took them some time, but
The main crossing was pretty easy. It was slow going, but it wasn't high depth. Most of their problem was doubling back across to you. They had to go around several like small fjords, ice lakes, etc. You know, they played it safe because you didn't tell them to go all out. So they took some places, and even then, I believe it would be Captain Motorhead you brought along.
yes.
Yes.
Even then, he's mentioned that like they still had some rough terrain up and down. The Juggernaut is a solid vehicle, but it's very very big, very heavy,
Big hev. All right.
and sometimes the ground was soft.
Loth, when Boots wanted.
Well,
Spend time?
yeah, I was waiting for Lucky to finish.
Oh, okay.
Boots will check to see if there's any medical needs that need to be addressed. Probably not, but after that he'll probably be like, okay,
Go ahead and roll me an easy medicine, just to like do a checkup. You might find a couple of guys with a banged head or a bruised wrist.
I mean, if it was
There's always
bumping
that.
into
There's
Johnson,
always that one motherfucker who forgets to put his hat on. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. After that, Boots will just be like, okay, you're probably all bored out of your mind. Let's go play some Dejag and get some drinks. Not all, but yeah, most.
All right.
Okay. Well, actually, what's the sense of range on the Juggernaut? Actually, that's a good question. Let me double check.
You're with 1 threat and 6 success. Your bedside manner is probably a little lacking today. You might be a little assembly line about it. Hey, you hurt? Nah, I'm cool. Cool. Slap him on the shoulder, move him on. You hurt? I sprained my wrist. Take 2 of these. Call me in the morning. Move him on. But you are able to in your downtime basically check in with everybody and be like, hey, are you injured? And yeah, like I said, there's a couple of guys with bruised skulls, a couple of sprained wrists. One guy, stubbed his toe. Nothing that a couple of over-the-counter painkillers and some dirt won't fix, though.
I glued my head to my shoulder.
Take a salt.
There was that one guy who had an open toolkit and just got a face full of wrenches, but he's fine. He was wearing his
Ow.
helmet. Bonk.
bonk or bonk bonk
Okay.
bonk bonk bonk. bonk.
Do Wevu and Camo have anything they want to do? Because this is obviously taking a few.
Yeah.
Huh.
I kind of struggle thinking about anything for anything that would be like
Right?
be
That's fine.
worth mentioning.
You stand over Armaa's shoulder and look cool. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Well, you got anything?
Not really. Well, just overseas things.
All right.
Okay.
Well, let's see if we can get an idea of weather patterns for the next foreseeable future. Like, I don't want to be running out.
Alrighty.
I don't want to be running out with all of this electronics, and all of a sudden, Ion Storm would be like, that would keep my momentum.
Okay. Well, your system comes with navigators and sensor ops. Do you want clones to do it, or are you guys gonna? Is one or more of you guys gonna look at the scopes?
I will delegate.
Okay, Aramaa delegates. Does any other player character, perhaps with a score and a stat I will find somewhere in here? Ships, sensors, perception. Perception is a skill for this sort
Yeah.
of thing.
I can do that. Yes.
I can help do that.
Okay, you guys can either work out your assistance levels or do separate checks. This is
Alright,
a
let me
hard
see.
perception check.
All right. Okay, so yeah, I'll have 3 yellows. I'll have perception 3, cunning 4. So, well, you can probably do your own check.
Skirk will help
Or-
you out. She'll stand close to you and give you blues.
Two blues. Okay, sure.
Blues. I'll be your eyes.
Okay, so I would say probably Wevo gives you another boost unless you want to have Marth roll with your stuff and force dice, I guess.
Up to you, Marth.
I'll roll on my own.
All right, roll separately. Go for it. You both get the boost die from Skirk, though.
And it's
Hard.
Hard?
Yeah.
Powerful. Also powerful.
Okay.
okay. So I'm just gonna. That's what I'm gonna do. So eliminate the threat and made 1 advantage.
Ah, I see what you did. Yeah. 1, 1, 1.
Yeah, okay. Okie day. All right. Triumphs, etc. Okay. So you guys are primarily checking the weather, as Aramaa delegated. Is
Mhm.
there any other type of thing you guys are looking for when scanning?
Since we have like
you only have a
actual-
sensor range of short, so that's like I think like not quite horizon level on a planetary vehicle on a planet surface. You know,
Mhm.
it's quite a few hundreds of meters, but it's not like super far either. But is there anything else you guys are looking for with scans?
How deep into the ice can it go? Scan? Or is it more just on surface?
Probably not very deep. Water is not a very sensory conductive material,
Fair enough. Just totally asking.
and you're not armed with specialized like ground penetrating.
Yeah, I think those ones are like really heavy.
Yeah, you could have
gonna
brought
lie.
them, but I don't think you did because for some reason you guys weren't expecting to do any mountaineering or digging or anything.
Yeah.
Who could have
Actually,
guessed?
did we?
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys own a ground penetrating sensor pack, but you have to remember it comes on a fucking cart. So you
Yeah.
almost never remember to take it with you because it's like E4 or something dumb.
Yeah.
I also think we were getting shot, so I think we had to like.
Yeah, I think you also had to patch it, yes. It got fixed that time, but anyway, okay, so with triumphs and successful checks, you guys are reasonably certain that for the foreseeable future in your immediate area anyway, the weather is good.
Cool.
So we can be reasonably certain that you guys won't have to worry about weather at this location for the foreseeable future. Like if you guys, skip like a week or something, we can come back to that. But for now, pretty good.
Clear skies.
Detail wise, obviously, because he rolled way more successes, Camo is much more adroit at reading the sensors. Unfortunately for you, there's not a lot for you to pick up
That's fair.
on the sensory effects. But you do have a pretty good picture of the surrounding environment. The nearby ice hole, which goes down a few dozen meters into some rocky reefs. Probably spot a couple of other small watering holes nearby, and just have a good general lay of the land.
Actually, thinking about it, would the sensors have picked up any of the wildlife?
I mean, yeah, they would, but there's not anything big enough for you to sense.
Okay,
You're standing next to a giant fuck off nomad camp.
fair enough.
There's probably not anything bigger than your hand in the nearby water. You sense some tundra striders that the spring folk brought. That's about it.
Okay.
But yeah, weather seems good.
All right. Well,
Time start planning.
Yep. So,
Coordinating.
well, we're gonna wait till all the leaders get done passing out stuff.
Well, we can say they're done now.
Okay, we're done. Okay,
You guys
well,
have spent. You guys spent. Aramaa spent a brief time powwowing and then yelled at somebody to look at some sensors,
Mhm.
and now everybody's caught up.
all right, cool. Well, now we must, convene the war council. I guess that's the best way to call it.
Okay. This is usually a very important thing in these political matters. Where are you holding this meeting?
Actually, let's hold it on Sierra Mobile because we have the onboard amenities unit, so things are nice, and the theater control and command and control center, so we have sweet maps and shit, or other stuff, and tables.
All right. You pile everybody into the conference room.
Mm-hmm.
You've got the big holotank projector.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a display of power, but you have the onboard amenities, so it's nice.
Yeah. It's like, this is my hospitality. Eh.
Yeah. All right. So everybody piles in. There's a lot of attention directed towards you guys, the player characters, as the kind of heads of this. So,
All right.
How are we going to begin our little meeting?
Well, we're gonna begin our minute with niceties. I best suppose is this one. Thank you everyone coming out, showing up, taking time. This is a matter of grave importance for the regions, and you have answered the call. The Republic is in your debt. Blah 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 blah. And from there, we will go into the reasoning for this. The raids, separatist incursions, attacks on nomads, and potentially spring foes encampments to the north. From there, basically move on. This is the reason why we basically have a joint task force, I guess is the best way to fucking put it, of the surrounding regions to basically scout out the north and basically determine where the enemy is hiding. At which point we will obliterate them. And then, at this point, Aramaa pulls up maps. Or sets out maps. And basically says what we need to do.
Scrolls through some displays, yeah.
Yep. Is we need to basically pool everyone's knowledge of the ever and start trying to figure out the most suitable locations for the enemy to be hiding, so we do not spend the necessarily extra time trying to flush them out. The sooner we can find them, the sooner we can take care of the problem, the sooner that everyone can get on their merry way. So basically I want everyone to put their heads together and either try to figure out where they are, or at least tell me where they're not gonna be.
All right, we will blitz through this section.
Yeah.
As this probably starts with like a fairly standard, almost Q&A format, where like somebody will like raise a hand or clunk something on the floor, to get your attention, and basically, you guys will automatically run through the basic bitch. Well, they're not here, here, or here.
Yeah.
Like, you get pointed out one place. There's like, okay, well, they're not in this region. That's the like, what you call it, Chelsea or something. That's actually like a small inland ocean that's like covered by a couple meters of water. So they're not there.
Mm-hmm.
They point out, the spring folk volunteer a couple of village positions on your, large projection maps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely.
Where even if, like, say those, villages were attacked or destroyed, they still aren't probably places where the enemy would be based, because it would be known.
Mm-hmm.
The nomads probably help you narrow down some places they could be by, like, pointing out some of their common tracks, maybe a little reluctantly, because there's raiders in the room.
Mm-hmm.
But the raiders do their part too, and Kari and some of her guys will volunteer, because she's probably got, like, a navigator dedicated and stuff. Will volunteer, well, actually, okay, so this is one of our type of hiding holes, or we know that this raider clan used to hide up in here, so they're not there. You know, that's another place's hiding hole.
Okay.
So you get a decent amount of narrowing down.
Okay.
Basically, you guys are sparing yourself the. It was possible for you guys to just immediately go off like animals and try and find them yourself. I absolutely pre-planned for somebody to immediately set out and be like, find the enemy.
What have we ever
so you
done
guys
the
are
most
saving
animal
yourself
option?
the really long and difficult, time-consuming survival checks to narrow things down. And basically, after probably, actually, ooh, this is a good call. It's good for you because you have a shiny new warfare skill. Go ahead and roll me knowledge warfare.
Oh,
How
geez.
fast can you run this briefing?
Oh, okay. Let's find out.
Let's figure out how much time reference this is.
I would say Boots would assist. However, he's making coffee for everyone.
I would say I'm assisting through like keeping track of all the things we've like discovered.
Okay,
you
that makes
can- you can
sense. That makes
boost.
sense. I will activate my heavy ass headband. Think harder. That's what? Yeah, that's 3 blues.
It doesn't make you think hard. It just squeezes your brain ever so slightly.
It kind of does. What's the difficulty on this?
Let's see. You've got a decently sized group, but you are working with pre-planned information. Let's go with hard base.
Righto.
That's slightly easier than the survival check I was going to make you guys make to do this anyway. So we'll see how good you are at knowledge.
I want fate on my side, so I will roll a destiny point.
Fair enough. Hey, if you fuck up, you'll just get that point back.
That's the good thing about it.
Not that I expect you to fuck up because you're good at this, but I like letting players roll things they're good at. It feels rewarding and satisfying.
Unlike some other games we've done, where it never comes up sometimes.
Yeah, that's always a pain in the ass when you can't let players be good at stuff just because it doesn't make any gosh darn sense. Oh, yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so you got a triumph. Go ahead and put an upgrade in your pocket for a future roll I'm going to ask you to make.
Yes, I will put it.
I'm not going to tell you what roll it is yet, but just put it in your back pocket.
Future roll, future upgrade.
And yeah, no, with 6 successes and 3 advantages, with that much level of success, you are actually able to get this done pretty fast. I was considering whether or not it would take like all day or something, but no, actually you're able to, through your own like tactical knowledge and a little bit of personal leadership, you are able to basically walk it through like, okay, what about this grid square? What about this grid square? You attack things in an organized fashion and actually manage to basically get every bit of information possible out of these guys that's actionable in probably only an hour or 2.
Cool.
Like enough that you guys can break for like lunch or something.
Cool. Well, let's break for lunch.
With your 3 advantage also,
Oh.
I will say you are able to call on the right people for questions and responses and build the right sense of order that actually your ragtag group of misfits is actually fitting together kind of cohesively. You're managing to get everybody to cooperate and stay on the same page and avoid any obvious cultural conflicts.
Yeah, that's good.
You know, you make sure that, say, when somebody explains something technically, you make sure to like give a simpler explanation for some of the spring folk in the back who aren't as familiar with technology, or you're able to like find analogies you can use to put things at ease for people, so everybody feels comfortable and involved, and nobody feels like left out or disrespected.
Sweet.
It's like one of the,
All right, so you break for lunch.
Let's break for lunch.
And basically what this information has given you with a successful briefing is you now have a general area where you can begin actually scouting to figure out what's going on. Basically, the rough outline of what you get is that you're looking for something northwest of you. Most of these areas are open ice fields, but there are a few bodies of high ground. There are seamounts that have risen up. And unfortunately, some of them are not geologically active, so they don't make good, vents or hideouts for spring folk. But there are a couple of like packets of standing stones, naturally standing stones, small mountains. There are some like rough, uneven hill areas where like snowdrifts and even compacted sand and stuff have gotten together and like made small areas of hills to hide in. Even the reverse, there's been some like erosion layers where yeah, that's actually like a chunk of continental body or an island that's like worn down into a dry riverbed or something, forming
Oh.
icy box canes and whatnot.
Mhm.
So you know that there are a couple of probably defensible positions where you could go in, and the reason why you think this area is likely is because both these springfolk and the nomads generally give you the gist of like, yeah, they don't like bring it up immediately, but once you start talking about it, they're kind of like, yeah, okay, that makes sense for some outsiders. We think that area is like, kind of a bad omen. There's like not a lot of resources out there. It's open fields, ice fields, frozen seas.
Mhm.
There's not a lot to hunt. And there's not a lot of natural resources out there, so it's just generally not seen as a place you should go.
It's basically risking your life for almost nothing going there. So yeah.
Right. So let's break for lunch, and afterwards after lunch, and everyone has a moment to fill their bellies and get warm. We'll talk about the actual route we want to take through the area. So Aramaa, just kind of claps her head and just disperses.
Break.
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 All right, so if in or out of character the players want to discuss their plan of it, now's probably a good time.
Now, I do want to say we did hear reports of there being attacks in the front, so I do want to maybe, if we come close to some settlements, I want to, check in on them, make sure everyone is okay and whatnot, and see if like we can get any reports that way.
Okay, so that's actually got an interesting then element. How would you like to do that? Like, are you gonna? This can go into your overall planning. Like, don't feel like you have to answer me right away. But is that like if you drive close enough to eyeball one of them from the juggernaut, keeping in mind you do have that observation pod, and you've got sensors. You want to like check for life forms and stuff, or is this like because you've got, like I said, a small amount of scouting force, and even now you have clones who do scouting work. Even if it would be a little cold, probably. Do you want to like dispatch infantry or cavalry patrols to check those things out and think about how you want to, basically there's a couple of different ways you can do search patterns. Everybody should think about this if you want like suggestions and stuff. You can do like kind of like search and destroy type stuff. You like methodically go from zone to zone. You can spread out in like a net or grid area, right? And basically have small guys on foot, or like have your springfolk scouts like act as a fan out in front of you, and then have your bigger vehicles kind of like spread wide so the enemy can't like slip by, kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's the way I'm thinking initially here, is basically we're going to be taking the nomads, and the nomads, raiders, and I will be taking it. Well, I don't want to necessarily say slow, but we'll be taking it easy as the springfolks and whatever scouting force we have basically fan out ahead of us and to the side of us as we basically do a search pattern. But since the springfolk will probably know better where people's settlement are and where people may be intact, though, this is where I'm trying to figure out is, do I want just to send the springfolk in, because springfolk know springfolk, I hope, or just like maybe use scanners, or do we go in ourselves? Like that's where I'm not entirely sure of what to do. What do you guys think? Do you think we should just like stay on the juggernaut, look at scanners, and be all like, yes, things have happened here? Or
I think Boots will posit that if we do come across any towns that may have been hit, he would go out and offer medical aid if need be. So I think he would go out there.
Well, I guess it will depend on whether the settlement looks like it's been attacked or not. If it looks like it's been attacked, we should probably actually go maybe a little bit in force to see if we can find any survivors, give any aid or whatnot. If it looks like it has not been attacked, we should probably just send in the spring folks so they can talk with their people, maybe get some news and hear any reports in the area.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I think most natural and least time consuming, because remember, you guys are going to be spending your time out in the woods, metaphorically. Least time consuming would be to have, as they move closer to them, have your scouts spread out and communicate guy to guy. This will probably be most efficient if you spread out your scouts thin, like so far that each guy can't see the other guy.
Mhm.
They do have calls and signaling methods though, so they can
Yeah,
they
okay.
have,
That was
whistles and
gonna
stuff.
be
They
my
can,
second thing. Is I don't think we have a box of handheld communicators.
Yeah.
No,
cell phone.
sadly, I primitive radios. I believe are pretty cheap, but you did not pre-plan that part.
No, we didn't pre-plan that part.
You
But
can radio to between yourself and the raid runner. That has a radio antenna.
Mhm.
You can comlink between yourself and clone troopers.
Mhm.
But even the nomads probably don't have a lot of individual walkie-talkies because that's very small, delicate equipment.
Yeah. We also do have a few. What are our fucking snow vehicles called again?
The swoop bikes, the
The sw-
CK6.
Yeah, that's good. We have a couple of those, so we could put a couple of our own boys out and scout informations, and because they're on the thing, they can probably have a move back and forth a bit quicker.
It's true. You do have 3, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, you could put clones in those and have them scout ahead of you.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably
Those
keep
are
them
armed as well.
Yeah, and we could probably keep those. Yeah, and basically what we can do is we can put if we can put them at points in the fan so that they basically have their own little bit of coverage in each area. So if something happens in that area, they can at least radio back to us. Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, what we're doing is we're kind of building a chain of signaling. So
Yes.
think of it like a tree,
Yeah.
a tree diagram. You guys are the root,
Mhm.
and you guys should also figure out what you want to do with the raid runner. Are they riding ahead of you? Are they riding with you? Are they like a second route? Is this like a parallel thing? Think about that as well. But basically, from you guys, you then branch out to your own clone scouts, probably your bike teams, but that could even be guys on foot as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because you probably have dug up a couple of spare suits of the cold weather armor.
Yeah.
So you can have a couple of guys with electro binos and thermal packs out there hoofing it.
Mhm.
Because force recon is what you guys do.
Yep. Swamp dogs. Oh.
This is not a swamp. But and then beyond them, you have your spring folk, layers of riders and on footmen.
Mhm.
Probably riders in the lead, and then foot scouts trailing behind them, kind of offset. And basically, the way this is going to work is, I assume, see something, say something. Basically,
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody who's got a report will circle back to at least a scout bike,
Mhm.
who will calm in, or a clone trooper on foot, whatever.
Mhm.
Somebody with a comm link will come back to you and let you know, or to the raid runner and let them know, and they'll let you know, etc.
How it usually goes.
We don't necessarily need to
Speaking,
have
by the way, of forces, I know you said put everybody on the bike, but especially because Camo is very resilient, he should probably be in that second layer clone teams out there, because he's got a big fuck off gun, and this is kind of his thing.
All right. Well,
And
yeah.
I can understand
I now
if,
hit you harder with it.
If both as a player and as a character, if any of you guys want to keep him on to Pathfind on your ride, that's fine. But he is your advanced recon commando. It would make sense for Camo to
No.
take lead with a foot team.
Yeah. No.
Be out there.
Yeah. Be out there. Like I said, we're just gonna follow along. Like I said, this is one of the reasons why I want to basically plan our routes ahead of time.
Yeah.
So we don't have to necessarily pathfind in the field. That's why I want to basically plan our route to go by some known settlements, to just give them a quick eyeball, see if they are doing okay or if they've seen anything, and basically meander our way through to the northwest.
All right. So, how do you want to handle the raiders? Basically,
That's right.
what's their part in this pattern? Because you could build a broader base if you basically make them another route or stem out from you. Because their vehicle is about the same size. Yeah, it's about the same size. It's a little slower. It's not as resilient. But it's got a decent amount of decent amount of room, and it's got slightly lower comms range than you and sensor range.
I don't want them necessarily taking a second round, but I wouldn't mind if we basically use them to basically spread out our fan a bit, I guess.
So basically, do you want them in line with you? Like, are they in front of you to like extend the fan even farther?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense because they're more experienced with these terrain, and their vehicle is a little bit lighter than yours.
Yeah. Like I said, because like I said, you don't put the command ship at the front.
No. Alrighty, so I guess it sounds kind of like you've pre-planned your route. You're probably going for kind of like a serpentine or lightning bolt style, where you're going to kind of like, okay, we're going to go a little extra north, and then we're going to swing back around to go more, more west than north, and kind of loop back and forth until you find something.
Yes.
Alrighty. I assume you're going to do that first light tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or do you want to start this as a night op?
Hell no, we're starting first light. We're partying tonight.
All right, cool.
We're getting morale up, yeah.
Okay. All right, so you spend probably another, I don't want to say couple of hours, but at least like an hour or so of time after the meal break explaining this to everybody. You get out your map, you draw your line, exactly like I described. You probably show them the diagram of the tree, right?
Yeah.
First row, Spring Folk. Second row, Clone Support. Mid row, as second in line, that's the Raid Runner. Third row there. I think the only thing in this question is what you want to do with your possible support nomads and vehicles. Do you want to convoy up? They've got like rolling garages and stuff.
Yeah, let's convoy up.
Okay.
Convoy.
So they will dispatch probably about half of their vehicles and crew, more of their technical ones, with you. Okay, this is a good question for you because you're organizing this. Do you want to take the tanker with you?
The tanker? No.
Yeah, if they're that
No,
good
we'll
spread.
top. Like I said, well, it depends on the operating time of these the other vehicles, I guess.
I mean, the tanker is mobile. It can always rendezvous with you if you run out of juice.
Yeah.
These things are designed to run for days, if not weeks at a time.
Yeah, no, it's like
Rather have
anything
it-
that's not gonna run for at least a week on its own. I'm gonna stay behind.
Yeah, I'd rather have it stay.
Oh, actually, I remembered
back.
something. That's right, because I didn't give it stats. But
The extra.
actually, it's a good reason for your raid runner to be second line is because they have basically snowmobiles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they have basically mini bikes. They probably don't have radios, but are faster than a dude on foot if they need to do relay running.
Yeah.
They will go ahead of you, and they will probably interspace a couple of raider guys on snow bikes, in between your clone forces.
Guys, I forgot. Did we talk to the raiders about maybe giving them the fucking extra vehicle that we saved?
Yeah, we did consider that.
Wait, no, but
I
did
wonder
we tell the raiders that we would give that to them? Because I forgot if we actually.
No, you
I don't-
mentioned that as another possible
Okay.
pot
Bargaining
sweetener,
chip.
basically.
I
You
didn't
think
said
we
that
did-
they had an extra vehicle that these nomads don't know what to do with.
Okay.
I do remember we considered that maybe discussing them getting it after all this blows over to a degree.
Okay.
but
That makes
that's for
sense.
something later.
That makes sense. Okay, just checking.
So, with you in the back in the command column, we'll say that you have a rolling garage, which is actually like big enough that it can probably like cover over even the Juggernaut,
Cool.
even Sierra Mobile, to like do in-field repairs. It's not armed or anything, so if a fight breaks out at the back, it's not going to hold up for long, but it can repair your vehicles possibly in motion. And then probably take just a couple of generic familial vehicles which have extra guys with rifles hanging off the sides, rifles and binos, for close support.
Yep.
Because you do know that these guys are at least on some level air mobile, so...
Yeah.
All right, okay. Sounds like we got a plan.
Wow.
And it only took us an hour.
Hey, it was
That's not entirely
Okay.
true, by the way. I think the planning part only took like 30 or 40 minutes.
It was constructive.
We did
Nope.
good.
Okay. You party.
We
I think
party.
that's it. That's everything. All right. Eat, drink, be merry.
Mm-hmm.
if unless anybody has anything particular they want to cover during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, no.
No.
All right.
I mean, Aramaa will make rounds, talk to people, make sure everyone's like, "You okay? You feeling good? He's being frosty." Ha.
Yeah. It's the camp scene in every RPG. You talk to everybody.
Yeah.
You say like 2 lines. You know.
But I will tell a couple clones to get the the Juggernaut in ready condition. So.
I checked on Boots. Boots is like, I gotta get back to my calibrations.
Just have a. They do have a roll.
Shepard,
Right.
Rex.
You've got a squad full of technicians, so. Let's see if we can peel off that extra thing. It's an advantage, yeah. So, okay. You are able to remove 3 of that system.
All right, so
Going
wait,
on.
2 out of 50. Okay.
There's a little bit of the clang and clappers and so on, but they do actually manage to like work out the suspension a little, tighten up some bolts that got loose,
Bang, bang, clang,
flush the
clang.
hydraulics, you know.
All that fancy automotive shit. All right, but no, then we party, we sleep.
All right. If anybody has any strain or anything that they got hanging on, go ahead and refresh it.
Okay.
Yes, my 1 strain.
I'm clean.
Well, I do think Aramaa, I believe, took some strain to do the thing.
I did.
I have 1 strain, so yeah. So cool.
Coolio.
Okay. Morning comes, sun breaks. There's a big move out montage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's start this with some checks for mobility. Mr. Camo, this is actually a really good question. Are you going to take one of the swoop bikes, or are you going to be on foot?
Considering how everyone else is probably moving in vehicles for keep pace,
Or
probably the
you
swoop
could
bike.
use your jetpack as well. I forgot you got one of those.
Honestly, probably yeah. So I'd never person on a bike.
So, go ahead and make me... It's going to be a pilot planetary check. Let's see. The weather is clear, so there's none of that. No, enough of that. Fine. Oops, excuse me. I'm trying to find me a different thing. There would normally be 2 black due to the cold and stuff, but I think you're good.
I think I am, yes.
So, yeah, let's just call this a... what's your max speed on that thing?
I had to dig it up because it's like, where did I put it? It is speed 2.
Okay, so you're on about average speed. All right, go ahead and make me an average pilot planetary check for just your general maneuvering in the cold, in the white,
All right.
etc.
Is it check something if I have like just in case? It's not relevant. Huh.
Huh.
Interesting. Okay.
Weird roll.
It's a lot of advantage. Okay.
This is
Nice stuff.
okay.
Keep that in mind. All right. Camo rockets to the front.
Whoosh.
A whole lot of advantage though, so there's something at least.
Yeah. I'll keep it in mind for the next step. But yeah, you're honestly with your jetting around, you're probably having trouble. You're probably having trouble keeping up with the guys who are in vehicles in your jetpack without flying like really high and straight, which you don't want to. So
Yeah.
you're probably doing a lot of frog jumping, a lot of like pew, cut off the jets, coast to the ground slow kind
Yeah,
of
there's
thing.
a little awkwardness to it, yeah.
moving from like cover to cover. So you're a little slowed down, but not enough that it actually hurts you. And you turn it to your advantage as you get height advantage on your observations. So now here's a very good question, command team.
Yeah.
Is one of you going to be making the check to drive this bus, or are you going to leave it to
I'll drive
Chloe
it.
Jim?
I'll
Okay.
drive it.
Go, Webu, go.
Wevu, go ahead and make me a. Okay, actually, this is a good question. How slow you want to roll your? How slow you want to slow roll?
I mean, speed.
Yeah,
Wait,
you got a
this-
max speed of 3, I think.
I can actually pull that thing up.
Camo's going speed too, so you could probably just do that to keep pace. For like,
Yeah, 2 would probably be best.
Yeah, speed 2.
Okay, go ahead and make me an average pilot planetary check. You have a handling of -1 in this vehicle, and add 2 setback dice for the conditions.
Okay. So that would be normally 3 black, but I have 1 thing of skill pilot, so that would just be 2 black. Now I'm just double checking my planetary score. Okay.
As for what Boots is doing, probably want to do the laser. You want to sit in the cannon turret you've got, because that's all around fire.
Yep.
Either the rotary or the heavy laser.
Want to be able to shoot from all sides just in case. You never know.
Is that right? Yes.
Boots is just watching Camo. It's like I could take a shot right now.
Ooh. Very good check. All right, smooth sailing. All right, Wevu takes the controls, operates things very sturdily, keeps pace with any of your squads. Nobody gets out of place out of there. And in fact manages to, gently caress the throttle to work out any of those kinks, and you can go ahead and scrub off that 2 system string you got left.
Okay.
Hey!
Yay.
Alrighty, so you guys are cruising. You're schmoving. You're going along. Like I said, your 4 lines probably have to do an occasional stop and start, as Camo has to reposition himself, but it's not a problem enough that it's like actually slowing you down because he didn't get like a super awful failure or anything. And you aren't trying to go faster than he can go anyway, so fairly decent. Everybody's talking. You probably do, in fact, move on by a couple of Springpoke villages. You probably come across one small settlement that is actually like destroyed, shows the signs of damage that you saw at that nomad camp. Fire, blasters, the works. Weather's pretty clear, so you got relatively interference-free radio going out there. Everybody, yaks back and forth and everything. And so you start to narrow down your search after a couple of hours. And excuse me, sorry. You get back to, let's see. Should I? Now let's do this player facing, like I said. Anybody who wants to can go ahead and roll me a daunting perception check.
I'll give it a shot.
However, go ahead and throw in that upgrade that you got earlier.
Okay.
Don't have
You also got some extra advantage. Camo, you should probably take a boost die on this.
Okay.
In addition to anything else you do, because you got your height advantage. We'll say that's
One
like
thing
having
is
the right tool.
4, right? 4 perps?
Yes, 4 pure.
Dalton, yeah,
And this is a combination of you guys looking with your own eyes, studying reports you get back from guys, looking at your maps, etc.
Okay.
Can I add a boost for my inhabit scanner? Because if I'm looking for like
Yes,
hidden or
if
moving
that you've
things?
also got another piece of equipment, you can add that boost as well.
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
I think
thanks,
that's right.
Had to make sure if all my things are Yeah.
Mm,
Makes
That's
sense,
how
but-
I spent my light side points. So 3
Huh.
to turn to 1, and then
That's
1.
just okay.
Yeah.
It
So
could
we're
happen.
rolling a lot of advantage and a lot of failures today. Okay, all right.
I guess I'll try. Hang on.
And don't forget, you get to free upgrade because you were so good at this. Your plan is so foolproof, Chief.
I'm gonna use another Destiny though.
Oh, free upgrade. I should roll an extra green dice then.
Yeah, you never know.
Huh.
D1 mocks you.
I can't.
Oh, excuse me.
I've only been like advantage this entire time. Like, damn.
D1 C3
Yeah,
out.
well, I mean, you rolled 2 successes, but yeah, you rolled double advantage a lot.
Like the previous roll where it's like, I only rolled like 1 success.
It happens.
Okay, but you at least notice something else, even if you don't see what you're looking for.
Hmm.
Boots fails with threat. Boots. You take 1 strain as you're like peering through your optic, and snow just like blasts inside the turret, and you're like, my eyes,
Wild.
ah.
Why did
Okay.
I just heal with that 1 straight?
I did
It's only
it.
1.
I know.
Okay,
dramatic.
so we got 2 passes, 1 failure with advantage I need to cover. We got similar levels of it because Marth still got a triumph because he's himself wild. Okay. Well, since you both succeed with about the same level of success, as you're getting reports back, your front-loading scouts are kind of coming up, and they're like, "Hey, we're going by a region of some ice caves and stuff. Report some stuff back.
Mhm.
You know, we'll kind of move around it." And then you guys are like actually like looking through your various scope scanners, getting pictures back, and you guys get a line back that there are basically as you guys are looking at pictures that are being reported back at this site, you guys are noticing like, wait a minute, that's not a rock or a dune. That's like not the right shape. So you think you've spotted some additional constructions or some camouflage positions up in this rocky formation. It's not really a mountain, but it's more than a hill. Like it's a couple of big standing rocks kind of jutting up out of the ice, where there is a decent amount of subterranean like bedrock and solid ice layers. So you're like off an ocean floor or anything. And so you think you've got a line on a camouflaged camp.
Oh. Okay.
And I'm trying to. Well, yeah, no. Three advantage can sometimes be relevant to 1 triumph. Okay, so I'm just trying to simplify down my facts so I don't have
Right.
to keep adding extra information.
Yeah.
Camo, you don't notice any of that stuff about the camp, so like you have to wait for them to tell you about it. What you do see in one of your little rocket jumps is you don't think anybody noticed it before because all of your front line of scouts are on foot or on animals, but you are pretty sure you see signs of recent excavation in the broad area around this camp. And you're a demo expert. You're not 100% sure from here, but those could be like buried sensors or mines even. Similarly, Wevu, in the distance with your Triumph, you have served other places in the war in a vehicular capacity. You know what these kinds of things look like. You also see these little like lumps of freshly turned snow and possibly even some like topsoil that got worked in there. And you're like, those are probably mines or sensors or mine sensors.
So they have a perimeter set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's huddle.
And you guys are all your initial scouts like cycle back and report this, and then you guys starts coming down the chain of command basically as you're at a decently far range. You're pretty sure everybody has been stealthily, but you don't know.
Mhm.
So, you got some intel. What do you
Okay.
want to do with this?
Well, we should probably go investigate. I mean, let's see here. What do you guys think?
Have a-
Well, I'm sorry. Go.
No, go. I did calculate with that.
Well, depending on how far spaced out these mines are, what we could try to do is maybe lob a shot over there, take one out, and hope to God it causes a chain reaction, then just charge on in.
That sounds dumb.
I was thinking we set up
It sounds
a.
noisy.
Yeah.
I think we coordinate a small scouting team to go through the mine arrangement and then see what their camp has, and then maybe we have a small team of engineers to deal with the mines to make a path for our vehicles. In the meantime,
You do have some people for that. However, I will let you know right now. In terms of specialty, here's the unfortunate thing: your best sneak through minefield guy is also your best take apart mines guy. It's Camo. He's on the hologram right over there.
Yeah. Oh.
They are buried lightly, so you don't have a lot of intel about these things. I don't suppose anybody brought a demolition scanner, did they?
No.
Or an
No.
EOD toolkit? No, probably not.
I only like general purpose scanners.
I mean, you know a thing or two about explosives. You could get closer and look at them, but they're, like I said, they're buried. So you guys just know that there's something there. You don't even know if they're mines. They could also just be like sensors or pressure plates.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's call Holmes and let's send someone to investigate. Hey,
Like,
Camo.
investigate one.
All right, General Holt.
Yeah.
All right, well, Camo, you know where they are. How do you want to approach
right.
this problem?
Yeah.
Alright, let's probably find like one like of the farthest out, just so we can check it, and then not have to like, if it chains, it doesn't cause like a massive reaction even like deep in the
All right.
field.
I will let you know. As I said, this is a fairly geologically stable region. You're not looking at like an ice flow collapse or anything.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's more just the thing we're
You
trying to
don't-
approach is
you
gonna know
don't
we're
want to
here.
cause a big scary boom. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Sure.
But quietly secure, like check the perimeter around the whole
Alright.
like, dug out area, and then just I guess get a
Okay,
toolkit
step
out and
one.
move it out.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a let's see, difficulty. Because you said you want to do carefully. We'll start with stealth.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a hard stealth check.
Mhm.
And I would even say there are in fact 2 cold dice for this, but you probably get rid of them.
Yeah.
It's cold. You got to carefully control your movements. The snow is crunchy. It's a whole thing.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, I love it. All right. I got a perfect answer for this. Okay. So, Camo, you're very sneaky. You don't make any noise. However, I'm going to need you to take 3 strain because here's what happens. You sneak close to a mine. It's got a slight inlet. You slip on the lip and fall into the mine hole. The mine does not go off because you have discovered it is an anti-tank mine. It doesn't depress when something human-sized touches it.
Okay.
However, you do have a couple of those horrifying am I about to explode seconds. You take
Yeah.
3 strain.
It's like All
But
right,
yeah,
we know-
it's
okay.
it's
Yeah.
Oh, that must be a horrifying feeling.
Yeah. It's like don't yell.
Hold it in. You hold it in. You're fine. Everything's fine.
Okay, now I think we can just probably dig
not a
these up.
tank. I'm not a
Yeah,
tank.
If we just,
It's
we
an
just probably,
anti-tank mine.
we just
Camo,
need to
how do
dig
you
these
know
up.
it's an anti-tank mine? I'm sitting
not-
on it.
Yeah.
If it was an anti-personnel mine, I'd be dead. I don't actually know if you'd be dead. Mines are nasty, but I don't know. You
No,
guys
I'd
are
I'd
pretty
just be-
swole, so
I would probably be very eviscerated.
I'd be a red mist in the sky.
Yeah, anti-personnel mine is what? Oh, it's 12 damage, crit 3, blast 4, vicious 4, limited ammo 1.
Yeah, that'd probably just tear me up a new one. Like that wouldn't kill me
yeah,
outright,
it would
but
be
that'd probably tear
fun.
me.
But yeah, no.
I'd live, but
Uh,
it'd be pretty
the-
unpleasant.
So here's the thing, though. An AV mine is 25 damage.
Mhm.
So don't stand next to it when it goes off if you're a human.
But
breach 4.
Yeah.
So these things will not kill your tank, basically, because even though you've got it will pierce the armor. It only does like 2 damage at a time, unless I rolled crazy high successes on like a mechanics check or something to blow it up. But that does mean that it has a potential to cause collateral damage. It will be very noisy, and it can possibly cause critical damage.
But since these are anti-tank mine, is it possible we just get some people to like quietly dig these up and move them? Because it would disarm them.
I mean, they would be designed to be tamper-proof. You would still need mechanics checks to remove them.
Gotcha.
You can definitely have people get close to them and mark them at least,
Yeah.
because you know that they are not designed to go off.
Mm-hmm. Which
Uh,
probably make it easier to like navigate through these.
Now that you're closer, and you rolled a decent amount of success on your stealth to sneak up, you can see that these things are set out in a pretty broad net. Boots' chain reaction plan will probably not work because they're only blast 2. They're again because they're anti-tank mines. They're basically big, broad circles that are slightly cone-shaped, like almost like a reverse cone, and they are supposed to just throw all this force straight up into the armored undercarriage of whatever it is. So
It's very much it's very much this is a perimeter, and they're using it for like
it's
any,
a
like,
loose
large-scale
perimeter.
movements.
You think that there are a couple of offset layers, but your vehicles are pretty big. Your like the snowmobiles and the speeder bikes could, with some checks, you would have to make. That would be the very serious kind of check. But they could cross in between them. These things are angled enough where you would have to at least make a hole or do like a very careful plan and identify every mine if you wanted to actually drive the Raid Runner or Juggernaut through here, because they're Sil 4, they're pretty fucking big.
Yeah, we'd have to make like a specific route and then remove the mines from that specific route.
However, you are fairly close. You can also, like I said, see the prospective target with your own eyes now.
Mhm.
Assuming that, because we've taken some peanut gallery, that Camo relays some of that back to you.
Mhm.
What's your plan next, guys?
Well, if we can kind of see it, like what are we picking up on sensors?
All right. Well, somebody who is on the vehicle, roll me a hard perception check then for sensors.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm on gun. I'm not sure if I could do it.
Probably technically not, because that will be you're in a different position.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me just peek on in. I'll just expand my mind's eye.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be a hatch somewhere that you can always, turn out.
Nice one, Marth.
Okay.
Hey, no triumph this time.
Okay. Woo, woo. All right, you do scanning.
Yep.
And short range planetary, covers many, many personal scale range bands, so you can still do this from quite a ways away.
Yes.
You're pretty sure you can tell that there are some mines in there. There's some underground caves, maybe it looks like. They're a little grainy, but you got like 3 advantage, so you can get some extra detail. And you are detecting some hazy life forms. Probably not more than a few dozen, because they're not like lumped together. They are kind of sketched out though, because you're probably having to like look through metal and rock. And so you know that there's not like a whole company of dudes hanging out in there. You don't really pick up any major power signatures. You might get some faint glimmers in the distant underground of some powered devices, like maybe some faint electrical signals. But you don't see a lot. What you do think, though, is that some of those objects that you guys saw with your eyes,
Yeah.
those might be vehicles. You can't tell if they're... Well, okay. There are vehicles under Camo netting. You can't tell if they are, like, flying ships or something, or they are land vehicles or whatnot, because they're under Camo netting. But you can detect through sensors that, and yeah, you had 2 extra successes, so even if we like add a failure for Camo netting, it still stays. But you can tell that these are probably still 3, I want to say. Still 2 or 3, something like that.
Proper like group size vehicles, yeah.
Okay. Guess well, we'll just relay that to Aramaa.
Well, they can see. If we can see them, anyone there can probably see us.
Yeah, since we probably did active sensors, they know.
Well, you did not explicitly do active sensors for
Okay.
longer range, so...
Okay. Okay, so it's still passive.
Yeah, you have to go out of your way to do active,
Okay.
because active gets you longer range.
Alright.
Oh, that's not. But.
However, you guys have had, you know, a couple of vehicles scoot back and forth. You've got some guys wandering around out there.
Yeah. There's movement. So it's just. So what should we do? We know that they have.
How many hazy life forms were you picking up there?
A few dozen, not a whole company, but at least a few dozen there.
Something like that. You can't be sure.
Yeah, it's very hazy trying to look through metal and rock and ice.
Give me a second. I'm thinking.
And keep in mind, you guys are using, you know, ship scale sensors, basically.
Yeah.
You could just poke your head out with your binos.
Yeah.
You also currently, Cam was just sitting on a mine.
He hasn't moved off of it yet.
I thought
Well,
we
no,
did.
you guys, like, this is like split-second stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Well, I'll ask, Cam, can you get eyes on like anything on the at the location?
Let me reposition a moment, Commander.
Displaced.
Camo moves to sit on a different anti-tank mine.
All right, you're still fairly stealthy. You rolled like a 6. You're fine.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Let's try to get like it's.
what gear you got to look through?
I have binocs, but I also have the DX15 scope.
All right.
Let's
Want
see.
to scope up?
Probably want to scope up and then probably mix in some of the my in-helmet like HUD array scanners just
Sure.
start like tagging and like identifying.
Okay. All right. You find a little, probably a slight snowdrift or something to like drop prone on.
Mhm.
Are you sitting on a, you know, sub freezing block of ice right now? Sure, but you don't care. You're special forces. You're cool. Go ahead and make me another. Let's see. You're closer, guys. Yeah. Now we'll keep it. Make another hard perception check.
Okay. Get that boost from the thing. Should be like this. That's a roll. 2 extra advantage.
Okay. You are also able to pick out the camo netting.
Mhm.
Again, you can't make out the details because you're not that close, but you do think they've got a couple of these, like I said, vehicles going around. you are close enough, and you're looking with your eyes that you can actually pick out some objects. You count. Did you roll like 3 advantage?
Yes.
All right. You count upwards of, let's say, a dozen actual Mandalorian commandos. And we are talking full kit, armor, jetpacks, rifles.
Okay.
Carrying
Anything with,
rifles,
like-
armed with jetpacks. These are mil-spec jetpacks, so they have the rocket module attached.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Camo thinks
Which
about
is
those things
probably
later,
not enough.
like usually after the fact.
Which is probably not enough to damage your Juggernaut, but would not be great for your smaller vehicles. Jetpack
The battle
rockets.
is finished and suddenly all the Mandalorians are naked and Camo's just hauling all the armor away. I guess it's
I'm
mine
more,
now.
more just
Sure,
considering I'm
that's
more
what's gonna
considering one
happen.
jetpack, but that's something else.
Another
Uh,
jetpack.
Well, that's what
However,
a missile on it.
because you guys have made sure there's plenty of clear weather, you do notice that they appear to be doing some basic maintenance and drills with. It's a little hard to tell because they're in blocky formations, but
Mhm.
you think there could be easily another maybe. Maybe another like. Sorry, I'm figuring out my exact math numbers.
It's alright.
Math can be hard.
Yeah, okay, let's go with that. I was running through multiples that made sense. So you're thinking there could be upwards of maybe like between 50 or 60 B1 droids.
How many
Just
like?
remember, these guys compact, very small.
How many?
They
flame
appear to
units?
be armed with large backpacks and integrated flame projectors.
Most of them, or almost all of them.
All of them.
Oh, okay.
They are
Oh.
B1 flame droids.
Mm.
You also spot as officers for these squads probably another separate dozen of B2HA droids, which are super battle droids with integrated plasma rocket launchers.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, they brought heavy shit, huh?
Well, actually,
I mean, they're
what's,
assaulting vehicles, so
yeah. What's the range? What's our planetary range from this right now? Short.
yeah, you're within short.
I mean, we do have guns that reach short. We could just blast them from fucking here.
Honestly,
I mean, they're in cover. You don't have a lot of indirect fire vehicles,
That's true.
weapons.
I have a suggestion.
Actually, that's a good question.
We
The flex
honestly,
launcher says short, but they also say their personal scale. It's supposed to be short planetary.
I think
Depending
it's,
how
I,
it-
think, I think it's what it is.
I mean,
is it can-
those are rocket type weapons, I guess. Normally,
as an idea, we could try someone gets in closer to mark in like general like where it's more clumped up, and then basically like given a possible like angle trajectory for the people far away doing basically the mortar shot.
Well,
what
we
mortar
don't-
shot?
What mortar shot? We don't have any mortars. We have blaster cannons. We go pew pew.
You do have the flex launchers, which, as far as I can tell, those are normally planetary scale. But those are rocket launchers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're guided. You could try some shots there, but then you're lobbing rockets at these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You can also replace them with ordinary grenades, but that will not be as spicy.
No. Well,
How long?
If they have a land, like I don't know if they have land vehicles, they have to have a way to get in and out of this minefield on their own.
Yeah.
So,
Unless they're air vehicles.
well, that's the thing. We don't know. Camo, do you think you
You're-
can actually? Well, fuck. I think our best bet is to hang back and see if we can figure out a way into this camp. Right now. Right now.
All right, you
Either
want to take some time to figure out some stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
I would like though, anybody who has such a skill, you guys can make me either a no core worlds to know things about Mandalorians, because you can see them with your eyes, or a no warfare because Camo's got comms gear and scanners and broadcasting, so he can
Well-
show you the recon pictures directly.
I'll do some knowledge warfare.
I'm gonna
You
try
can.
to-
Warfare is to assess enemy equipments and arms. Core Worlds is to go for
Know the
that.
usual. Know the usual tactic.
What's the difficulty again?
This is average.
Average. I'll brain hard.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with average.
Oh, no.
Because some of this stuff is specialized, but we'll call it average.
Oh, we did it too close together.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
That's your problem. All three of you did it at the exact same time. I don't know if he'll actually
Okay,
do
well,
that
my
anytime soon.
thing
Okay. Nope.
failed.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. So that was sure. So that was fail on Core Worlds, technical fail on warfare, success and advantage on warfare. So nobody knows anything about Mandalorians.
Yeah, that was the Destiny roll, so yeah.
Yeah,
And
you get it back. Okay.
discipline roll I meant.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you don't activate. Okay, so you don't activate your thing for knowledge.
I could
Okay.
still roll plain green if I wanted
Let's
to,
not.
but yeah.
All right. Well, Aramaa, with your success, you look at these pictures. You notice, as noted already, the Mandos are carrying jetpack rockets. Like the B1 droids, they do still have their regular E5 carbines, but they are armed with, like I said, integrated wrist-mounted flame projectors.
Mm-hmm.
And the B2HAs that, like I said, act as kind of their quote-unquote officers are armed with some basic integral rocket launchers. See if I can find a good B2HA picture. Yeah, so basically, instead of their offhand, they have a integrated rocket launcher.
Yeah,
Rocket launcher, plasma cannon, whatever you want to call it. It's an explosive weapon.
Yep.
But something in particular you notice, Aramaa, is that these Mandos are fully kitted out in armor. Elements of these you think are their proper Beskar Gam, their actual Mandalorian armor. Some of them you notice you might still have some plates that are probably just polished Durasteel, but definitely these guys are carrying some real shit Mando armor.
Mm-hmm.
And they are carrying military-grade Galar rifles. That's spelled all caps for some reason, but yes, these are supposed to be only produced for Mandalorian military and law enforcement in the actual Mandalorian sector, but they're very popular on the black market, and they are actually Mandalorian-made rifles.
Yep.
That's a good question. Is it 2R? Maybe 2R, 2A's, Galar.
It's 2 A's. Yeah.
That's just
The
not
Galar
written correctly in the
15.
notes.
Heavy
Yeah, so-
duty. Sorry.
Go ahead.
So we got some heavy duty enemies behind a netting of mines with some
Yeah.
vehicles, and they have to have a way to get
4, 5,
out.
Yeah.
Oh man, sorry. I'm just going through like what we're up against. And like, oh, tricky situation to say the least.
Yeah. And I'll throw this out there because Camo to get some extra advantage on there. He does note that while they aren't like actively like drawn beads on any of you guys in the distance, they do appear to be slightly arrayed towards the current direction you're coming from.
Like
They're not like
aware.
on full alert, like brace for impact, but they are keeping an eye out your direction. Who knows? Maybe the fact that you guys did wait around so long gave them some time to like hear or see about you and prep. I will say the mine diggings look relatively fresh. They haven't been covered over by weather. Though, to be fair, you guys have rolled so good on your weather eye checks that it's been like a week since it snowed really good. So that
kinda
also could mean nothing right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like if it had snowed last night and these were fresh, you'd know something. But
Yeah.
and nobody knows anything about Mandos, so no information about that. This is your situation. What you got?
Let's try walk a perimeter and see if there's a blank spot in the minefield, and we'll just back. We know where they are. If they try to move, make any big movements, we'll see it. Let's take our time and try to find a way in that isn't covered with mines, so we can get most of our ground troops in.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
The one thing I can think of actually is if we can't find one, we can possibly force them to come to us if we just use enough long range ordnance to force them to come closer.
Oh yeah, that's what
We don't.
Yeah, but at
Sorry.
the same time, that
Well-
means they're gonna bring a whole bunch of firepower to us. And remember, we got a bunch of guys who like aren't like necessarily well armored with us.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna do that, I'd rather us go like set up some sort of defensive position.
Yeah,
True.
there- Yeah,
And
there
I
are,
did-
like, a
If you guys
number-
want to play cat and mouse, we can work on that. But for now,
Yeah.
your
Let's just-
plan is
find a way.
See if we
past
can
the mines.
see the one. Basically, do some scouting and see if we can find a way past the mines.
And
Okay.
I did say in tech chat, but I suggested Boots and Camo with some clones could run a diversionary strike while people work on getting rid of the mines.
No.
But again, we'll look for this option first before I
I mean,
actively
so you guys have several full-blown military geniuses. If you guys want to futz with the minefield, wait till fucking dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You guys can get like a light amp and IR illuminators.
And by the
You
way,
can- and short-range flashlights.
also on the second thing, do you know how long you'd have to be a distraction for us to actually clear the way?
At least like a few solid hours.
Yeah, but no,
apologize.
like
I was
you'd go for a night op
Yeah.
basically,
That's why I say us just
which
driving
would
around.
be horrifyingly tense and great, but also yeah. Anyway,
okay, my bad.
Okay,
Stop trying to blow yourselves up. Fuck.
Okay. The plan is because the general said so.
Yes.
You're scouting. How are you scouting? And are you? Well, okay. First of all, how are you scouting? Are you gonna do donuts in the Juggernaut? Is basically what I'm asking.
No. We'll back.
Okay.
We're gonna back the Juggernaut up to a non-threatening position, I guess is the best way to say.
Okay.
And we're gonna do this on basically foot and small vehicle, I guess is the best.
So
way to say.
you
Bikes.
pull everybody back.
Mhm.
Everybody back.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna fold up the net basically?
Yeah, we're folding up the net basically. We know.
Okay. Fold the net.
We
You're-
have.
Are you gonna? So you're gonna fall back to beyond your own sensor range, or just like limit?
limit?
Okay.
Like,
So
eh,
you pull as far back at short as you can. You are several football fields away.
Mhm.
You can probably still see the rock formation, but without binocs, you cannot see any details.
yes.
Yep.
Hypothetically, if shit starts, your weapons can engage, but they're not going to be very accurate at this rate.
Nope.
But okay, all right. And you guys will personally, and some of your own guys, dismount.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So this leads me to my next step question: are you going to try and be stealthy about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So for this will affect the difficulty of your stealth checks. How big a party are you taking? And how are you traversing?
Well, we should probably traverse on foot.
That is fair. You do know that the outer layer appears to be of any perimeter defenses appears to be vehicle mines.
Mhm.
So vehicles no goo.
Maybe we probably should get Camo and then some of the other guys, and maybe like if we have an engineer or two willing to come.
Like,
I mean, these guys are all clones. They're all ready to go.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Aramaa will stay back. Like I said, she's not gonna fuck this up.
Right.
Yeah.
You will continue to command and control.
Mhm.
You have, which is it? Is it the C3 module or the theater command center?
Theater command.
Yeah, no. You have big board to take care of you, right?
Mhm.
So
But we should
you
probably.
get to sit in a giant chair and watch the glowing like 1970s war games map, because it's retro future shit, cassette punk, of like little night bright lights of like Camo and his guys walking around mines and shit.
While Boots would like to go, he's not good at stealth, so he feel like he'll be a detriment to this scouting
yeah.
mission.
Yeah. Only way it can be better is by committing a force die.
There's a thing here where
Well,
like
like I
Boots
said, we
should-
should probably send like if we tell the snowfolk not the snowfolk, the spring folk to look for, they'll probably be a lot better at this than they are, because as you went, they can pop out of the snow like fucking daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are camoed. Okay.
Yeah, well,
So
we'll say
what
that.
we're gonna do is we're gonna split it up into small teams, and we'll set them basically around the perimeter, basically, and see if we can find a way in by land. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm just saying we might as well just get comfy for the day,
Yes.
because this is gonna probably take them some while. And if nightfall,
Actually, let's calculate how long you've been out here.
oh, that is a good question.
Ooh, okay. I randomly rolled a black die and got a threat. So, you guys have been out here a while. You've probably already had to do a rolling meal stop or something.
Yeah.
So
Well-
it's afternoon. But all right. So, and this is probably a camo focused question, but you know the general can intercede if he goes crazy. I don't know. But you've got a dozen on foot spring folk. You can dismount the other one for another dozen, but do you want to take any additional clone infantrymen with you? Because
I would like some engineer-focused ones because if things get a little hairy, you might need that.
Okay, yeah.
Also, I probably like Boots and any other medical officers probably like ready to go if things get hairy to basically rush in.
All right, sure. If Boots doesn't mind, you guys can ring a not quite a command post, but you guys can do a little triage area. This is pretty common in military logistics. You probably pitch a little tent back where you guys were, you know, back before you pulled back, and then
Yeah.
from there, Camo and the Springfolk advance. So you've got, like I said, at least a dozen Springfolk. You can dig up probably about 6 or so engineers. That sounds good. 6 techs.
Yeah, we'll just mix them up between the groups, just so we have someone like that knows how to handle the bombs. every
And
time.
do you Aramaa, or even if Aramaa has no opinion, do you Camo want to dismount your additional Springfolk scouts for more on foot guys?
I'm gonna say no.
All right.
Let's
I
keep-
was leaning no myself, so yeah,
Yeah,
that
So
works.
let's keep them on standby.
So cavalry in reserve.
Mhm.
Boots and a couple of medics and a couple of other just infantry grunts to carry heavy things and shoot guns in case shit goes square shaped.
Yeah.
In a forward post ready. And
Okay.
let's see, you got about a dozen. Let's make 4 teams of like 3 of those guys, each with an engineer.
Now
Gotcha.
There you
I
go.
am insisting on this again because Camo, you like to get ideas. You're not trying to sneak into the camp. You're not trying to disable mines. You're not trying to pull off some sick trick. You are literally just trying to see if there is a route that does not have mines. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, Camo, you're leading the squad. Go ahead and roll me a. What to do? Well, I'll let you pick, but this will be either a. Well, actually, let's do stealth first.
Stealth.
Okay.
You will sneak. You will have no assistance on this, but it won't be made any harder or easier by these guys. Basically, we will assume generally that they are stealthy.
Okay.
So you need to roll your stealth, which I will put at a hard once again.
Okay. Any concealment changes, or is it bright enough that it doesn't
No,
matter?
no, there's no concealment.
Okay.
Hey, also, guys, heads up. Actually, this is relevant because you guys are talking about like a long range engagement plan. BT Dubs, you guys don't have cover ever out here. It doesn't exist.
It's just flatlands.
Yep.
Yes, they have captured the only piece of cover in sightline. So
Okay.
It's like, yeah, just like completely out in the open.
the only way you can hope to get cover is to like drop prone and belly crawl, and even
Gotcha.
then, that's an angular thing.
I just had to ask.
Yep. Nope. This is what I wanted to clarify. So there's no concealment, no cover, unless you
Huh.
want to like make a berm. Okay. Okay. All
Actually, I could re-roll a stealth check, so I'm just curious how I
right.
want to.
Do you want to re-roll it?
That's on to you, my dude.
Like you've technically failed, but you're failing with a lot of advantage. So
Fail forward.
You're not gonna like fall into another mine or anything.
No, I'm just thinking about it. Where it's like, because I always forget. I always forget I have this, so it's like I can. So it's like,
Hey, if you want to, go for it.
I'll give it a shot.
All right, re-rolling.
Okay.
Why have you not destroyed this man, Loth?
I've complained
Okay.
to the landlady.
Okay.
This is why you don't
Because
complain.
you rolled like
and you
5 million failures,
Yeah.
but you got a triumph this time. Okay.
I think that's a slight improvement, I guess.
Yeah, it is an improvement. Okay. So, you are sneaking. It's very good. You're very sneaky. You're sneaking and scanning. Unfortunately, I think the best way to roll this with like no success overall, even with advantage, you've got an unfortunate problem where, like I said, there's no cover. You rolled that with your optic camo, right?
Yes.
So you are like translucent or whatever right now. You're optically camouflaged, but you blend in. But you are still a moving object against a very uniform background.
It means
And you're like leaving footprints and stuff because again,
it means they're not going to be high alerted, but they know something's here.
Yes, and I will say because you rolled so much advantage, you realize that again as you like you occasionally like look through a scope or check your binos to like look on them. They're trying to play it nonchalant, but
Yeah.
definitely there are mini patrols of Mandos basically like poking out of rocks, checking every direction, and they aren't like literally looking at you, but they do appear to be almost following your progress as you walk around the perimeter, basically. Like whenever you go to check, you see a couple of guys looking at where you were standing like 5 minutes ago, kind of a thing.
Yeah, where it's like
So
they're privy to our movements, but like
yes,
yeah.
you can be reasonably certain that they know that you are out there, but they don't know your exact position and they are not actively hunting you.
Yeah.
With your triumph, go ahead and take an upgrade on your choice of a vigilance or perception, whichever works better for you.
perception.
And this will be a. Let's go with another hard check.
Okay.
It follows.
For this case, I feel like this might actually shape our war effort or at least our
Let's talking more
kind
rolling.
of attacks. All right, I'm gonna use a destiny point.
Go for it. Use those destiny points, guys.
Yeah.
Whose footprints are these? Sadly, Camo does not have a cardboard box.
I'm gonna decrease the difficulty of that.
The fact that the gift just loops of just that.
Oh yeah, no, that's a really good loop.
Yeah.
Do, do, do. This is about the situation level we're in right now.
I don't think I get any.
This
I'm assuming because I'm like just for checking the mines, and because I assume it's not moving enemies or targets.
Nope.
It doesn't help.
No
Okay.
like motion sensor bonus or anything now.
Nice.
Oh
Damn.
shit. Axe is rolling. I need to scroll up to start this.
Okay, so 3 success, 3 advantage. In a fairly decent amount of time, you can get your job done before nightfall. And between yourself and coordinating with the spring folk, you can be reasonably certain that map-wise, you scan everything. There are no obvious holes in the network. The outer layer is, you think there's probably 2 or 3 rows of offset AV mines. And then, luckily, you succeed with advantage. Nobody succeeds with threat. Otherwise, this would be obvious for a different reason.
Yeah.
It seems like then there's another row behind that of another couple of rows of anti-personnel flechette mines.
Oh. Actually eviscerating people in half.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that will eat into even clone armor, let alone your poor unarmored local scouts.
Yeah. Like that will just end them horribly.
Now, on the other hand, does absolutely dick all to your armored vehicles. But
So if we
that's
can make
why
a,
that's why the vehicle layer is first.
yeah, that's why if we can make an opening in that, we're fine.
Yes, if you can make an opening in that layer, you can actually move
Without
on
enough,
through.
without enough advantage, is it possible that we found like not like a hole, but like a point weak enough that if we like removed enough mines, we could make a decent enough like stretch?
No.
Okay.
So the advantage is letting you guys know about the Fletchette mines before you penetrate the layer.
Okay.
Based on your conclusion, obviously these guys have an exact map of where every mine is. They're fully armored up, so they probably have a heads-up display they can check all the time. They may even have pre-programmed their droids to avoid the routes. You are reasonably certain that on foot, you as one man, single file, could penetrate the minefield with a little bit of patience. Right?
All right.
And you could probably get a single stack of troops to follow behind you, footstep to footstep kind of shit, right?
Mhm.
Any bigger than that, you don't know that somebody's not accidentally going to walk into the zone of one of these mines.
Yeah.
Now, you also do know that because you identified them fairly recently, you can notice the signs. There's no particular point where they're weaker. They are fairly uniformly spread. And like I said, they're probably spread out in such a way that if you literally mapped all of them, you could walk between them. Like, that's
Yeah.
probably one of the things they do, other than just fly. Because they do have jetpacks. But that you know that you could also dismantle this minefield. That's going to take you a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Especially
And
because, like I said, I'm pretty sure nobody here brought a demo center or an EOD toolkit or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Did you guys bring other explosives like det cords or anything?
Camo, what you got in your demo
I
pack?
think I remember getting I had like incendiary and I maybe something else.
Yeah, it's not really going to help right now.
Yeah, I
Sounds like
got
you brought some utility grenades.
yeah. I got 2 shape charges and 2 incendiaries.
Yeah,
I was being prepared for like the world crown stuff.
Yeah, no, that's You plan for something different than assaulting an enemy in a fortified position like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Like if they had a bunker, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'd sneak up behind them, blow the door, and get in there. But no, this is a natural rock formation with rows of mines. It sounds like laid out. So that's what you get back. You can report back before it gets fully dark.
Well, I think our best bet will probably is punch a hole in the anti-vehicle mines, load up on our vehicles, and bum rush the location. We can basically just load up because shoot, even I'm pretty sure even the smaller vehicles in the with the nomads can probably handle the anti-personnel mines.
I mean, the raid runner will.
Actually, here's
your
the
other anything that's got an exposed cockpit. That's not great.
Well, I guess the other point is if as long as they follow behind us, we'll probably take out every single fucking mine.
Oh yeah, that part, yes.
Like between here and there. So as long as the
We're gonna
nomads behind us.
We'll make a battle convoy.
Yeah. So, but what we're gonna have to do is I don't know how many fucking. Oh man, let's see. We're still how big are we again?
4.
Yeah, we're still 4. So we big size. So honestly, I don't know how deep the anti-vehicle. Camo, can you get a number of like how many anti-vehicle mines we'd have to remove to make a generous size hole for us to plow through?
Would this be like logistics, or is it more of like we could just say like there's a?
I mean, you have
Based on your calculations, because you did the run.
Yeah.
Like I said, they seem to be like 2 or 3 rows deep. Your worst guess, which is actually your best guess because of the way this works, is that you would probably, to be the safest, you'd probably have to remove, you'd say, a dozen of these and to make a broad enough lane. You could probably have that, but that means that your your Juggernaut pilot is going to follow a very specific line, no evasive maneuvers, no nothing. Drive straight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Like, at the shortest, we have to really make it where it's like we line up the vehicle and then remove it from the lineup of the vehicle exactly if it was exactly straight.
You're over talking things, Axe.
Yeah, but that's what we got. So yes, if you want to do it safely, you'd basically like disarm a wedge shape, or probably more like a trapezoid, like something probably broader as you move in. So you have wiggle room as you're maneuvering closer to the enemy. And if you want to do it short and dirty, you literally just Camo and those couple of engineers take some ruler measurements of the front of the Juggernaut and then just scan it out and go.
Yeah. Well, I think that's our best bet. Is we will wait for nightfall and then we'll do some lovely mine removal operations.
I think we'll probably determine which tactic we're doing depending on how long it takes to take one mine out.
Let's talk to some technicians. How long do you think it'll take to remove a single mine?
Safely. There's a little bit of hemming and hawing. They probably do they run down the checklist. All right, it's gonna be dark, but they're probably all the same because they're mass produced. You hope.
We hope.
You hope to God you're not fighting Mandalorian IEDs.
Oh God.
We've glued Beskads to a mine.
Oh God. Wait,
the swords will be fine. No.
I for some reason I now just imaged fucking Deathwatch having like just Beskar filled shrapnel mines. It's like holy fuck.
Terrifying.
I was just about to type
bits of
that
armor
out.
to rolls of dynamite. Yeah.
Like,
No. You can hope that they're not doing that. The Separatist would have an in-house standard issue AV mine they've bought because the Republic loves its rolling armor.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be cold. We'll have to be doing this slow because you could still have accidents. Probably 5 to 10 minutes per mine.
We're doing at least
fucking 12 to 15 because clearing out some extra mines went like that. That's 2 to 3 hours of work. That ain't necessarily bad.
You got a long period of nighttime.
Yeah. Nah, I think we'll be fine. We'll do it, and we'll take it. Well, like I said, we'll be nice and careful.
Okay. So I assume the best way you want to do this is full pullback, circle the wagons, dinner shift.
Yeah.
Because everybody's been, working at like 100% today. Probably take a sleep, and then at 0 dark 30. Well, I guess it's gonna be Camo.
You're probably also gonna want an emergency relief thing in the somewhat closer, slightly closer distance, just in case if things get really bad, because something could always happen.
Okay, Camo, before you go, I have something for you.
Yes.
And I give you a single Nullicane stick just in case. I believe that's the one that keeps you awake. Or am I thinking of something?
No,
else?
that's
that's
Stim
Stim Stick. Damn it, never mind. Hold on.
Nocaine's for it's basically space morphine, right?
Okay, never mind. Here, take a Stim Stick.
Okay.
So you can be more alert and awake when you're doing that.
All right, so it's 0 dark 30.
I put that in my pocket.
It's dark as knobs.
Not the
at least I
knobs.
assume it is. Are you gonna again, Aramaa? I'm assuming full security protocol, lights out, everything.
Mm-hmm.
If
Running
you start a fire outside, I will douse it with your corpse. Black out all your lights, everything. Okay. All right. So, Camo and probably a couple of EOD technicians gear up with him. They'll carry all the heavy duty tools.
All right.
Actually, a very good question. How heavy is an EOD kit?
I should probably grab my specialist kit from the thing. It's on E1
EOD
If you want
kit
to.
is
because that gives success and advantage, so it might be a little helpful
EOD
here.
kit is 4.
All right, one of those guys will carry it.
I'll carry the specialist kit.
All right, you bring out your special toolkit, sling it over your shoulder. Is anybody else, going on the night mission?
I think Wevuguk will, since she does have mechanics.
right.
Can I battle med these guys through this shit?
Do you have the upgrade that does planetary range?
No, I don't.
No, not unless you're gonna walk with them.
It's like Aramaa just dances behind. I was like, you can do it.
I could go and oversee it, but do I want?
Camo's like finding out which wire to cut it just in the back of his head. You hear Arma, you can do it, you can do it.
You feel great. You can do this.
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Camo.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'll go. I will walk with the team.
Okay.
All right.
I'll battle
So
med 'em.
2 Jedi
And if
leading
you-
from the front.
And if things get really bad, I guess you could probably like force move it or something. I don't know.
I can't force move shit. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah,
If I
was
could
Camo's-
force move, I would have just been all like, I would just I would just split the red fucking sea, y'all.
If Arma could force move, Boots would have been thrown against how many walls by now?
Clunk.
No, it
Okay,
would just be
so-
feeling.
Camo has requested a relief unit, so yeah, we'll probably do like we did before, and you'll get in your little. You'll have your little aid tent set up for triage, and Boots and the rest of the fire team will probably lurk back there in case something happens.
Yep.
All right.
As will be prepared.
So I assume you guys are doing this quietly.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, actually, here's a good thing you guys can do. Go ahead and roll recover strain checks if you want to.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I did have some.
I won't say you get to full rest recover strain, but you can roll to recover strain.
I don't have.
Yeah, if you don't have any, it's fine. But
I do.
Oh, thanks, thanks, Dice.
That was too many.
My physical support system gives me like so much extra stuff for this.
Well, actually, no. Yeah,
Damn.
just with my success, I'll be fine. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's all my strain.
No, Sam.
all right,
Yeah.
you guys are
Reflex.
geared up to rest. So all right. So, Camo, Aramaa, Wevu, and a couple of EOD techs jog out into the night. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. Again, I assume you guys are being sneaky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
I assume it's
Okay.
like stealth formation. If that's a. Like, it's like-
I didn't roll no leadership
All right, fair
stuff.
And there's only like 2 guys, so yeah, let's not go crazy.
don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody give me a yeah, we'll keep it hard stealth check. You may add 3 boost dice for concealment.
Dark as knobs.
Actually now, let's go with
2.
2. Yeah, because of
Okay.
ambient starlight and auroras.
Huh.
Wow.
Keep in mind that does mean that there's 2 black dice to everything you do.
Camo, you should totally use that tram to upgrade my check.
I was gonna. I have
Okay,
so
no,
much
you can do what you want. Do what you want.
Okay.
I-
Just
I-
give
what do I
boost
do with, like, that much
to
success? Like,
Lucky's
holy shit.
dice.
All right. Lucky, you take some boost dice.
How many boosts die?
I got 3 advantage. If you want to commit, we can go
Yeah, 3.
All right, sorry. Cool.
pass it along.
Give.
Hey, I made it.
Hey.
Almost entirely because of those boost dice.
Yep. Thanks, Axe.
I mean,
I know.
you didn't.
I'm being
you
mean.
rolled pretty good on those
I know.
2 green dice. I don't know if making a yellow would actually helped.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm
So-
I'm giving Axe shit because he was like,
It's fine.
Camo
Fine.
does take a strain.
Mm.
You roll the threat. It's very tense. But yeah,
Let's see
you
if
guys
we
are
can
able to
convert
move.
this. Let's see if we can
pretty-
use this like leverage that like triumph to like us. We have like a apt like starting position, and we just maybe get into a roll of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, you advance.
Yeah.
Quietly, tactical crouch, and then you reach mine number 1. I just because you're a player character, Camo, you're gonna take the lead.
Okay.
The guy basically drops the EOD toolkit.
And I have the specialist
Have to
kit.
give it Yeah.
So that's.
But here's the thing.
Mhm.
They've got glow rods, so they can light this up if you want light, or do you want to do this in the dark?
Trying to remember if my equipment actually helps me here. Right, I have to have the binocs for like the light cancellation. No,
Just do it in the dark.
I do
I
it in
will
the dark.
assist you.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a sec. You're gonna assist how?
Okay, so I can't use my battle meditation. Why the fuck did I come then?
Okay, you're gonna battle meditate. All right, that's
Yeah.
different from assisting. Remember,
I was about to
assist is
say-
a capital A thing.
Yeah,
I thought what was gonna happen was since Camo can't see the dark and you can, you'll just be like, okay, red wire is here, blue wire is there.
That's not the same thing. All right, okay. Then before Camo rolls anything to get here, roll battle med.
Yeah.
yeah, it's because I'm not just gonna tell someone in character. Yeah, I'm gonna battle med you.
Well, does Axe ever speak in character?
I don't know actually.
I assume that was an out of character thing because like that was me talking to him about the light source, and you were like, "Don't worry about it, I'll assist you."
I feel bad about that, but it's also partially like.
Yeah.
Camo doesn't really
I don't feel
say
bad about
much.
anything. We were speaking in different spheres.
Yeah, don't worry. Axe, I think the biggest offender for in and out of character speak is still me. Because it's like, wait, which one are you? I'm like, meh. Both?
I don't need to give any extra orders in this. So let's just roll some follows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced.
Yep, so
As long as you're in.
We are technically in like personal. It's
yeah,
like
no,
you're probably only like a meter or two of next
I'll
to
be
me.
super close to you, so I'll spend. And since you're leading, I will basically dump that all into you. So that will be, you can have 2 success.
Cool.
All right, Camo, roll. Hard mechanics. 2 black dice. It's dark.
It darkest
Alright.
mobs.
Right. So
There again would be like two extra black dice for it being fucking cold, but you believe you specifically are mostly immune to that.
yes.
You can work through the fact that if you weren't environmentally sealed and conditioned, it would be so cold you'd have trouble working your fingertips and shit.
Yeah. So let's see. So 2 yellows, 2 greens.
By the way, guys, you may want to start streamlining this because you're gonna have to do this 12 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm being
Yeah.
able to map out done right now. So boost from the equipment, and then advantage and success.
Oh, okay. Boost from what equipment?
The ID kit.
Nope, not what an EOD kit does. You get 2 advantages.
Oh, okay. That means, and then I just add then it's 3 purples, right?
Yeah, 3 purples.
Okay,
3 purples,
then
2
it would
blacks,
be
and you just add VVV, I think, because you're using your specialist kit that's plus success plus advantage.
yes. So it's 3 there, and then 3 success.
Wow.
It still works.
It's not
Couple days
easy.
really wanted to say no.
Yeah.
All right. Mine
keep
number
going.
1, disarmed.
All right, hang on.
You move on to the next.
Do we have to keep making stealth checks?
No, we'll let that. Nobody rolled bad enough that I'm gonna fuck it up. I'll let it ride.
All right, Camo, you get another 2 success.
Okay.
All right. Roll it again. You move to the next one.
I'm just gonna copy the line.
No, that's fair.
I'm
It's the same
sorry.
check.
That this entire thing, I just imagined Camo's doing the thing and just Arama's with a little pom-poms quietly in the background going, yeah.
Actually, I probably have. And actually, I'm probably having, I'm right up behind him, my hand on his shoulders. As I hive mind him what I see.
You're probably giving me a very better, actual, comprehensive look at the mine. So yeah,
Bringing everybody together.
it's actually probably interesting about it being first time actually
Let's talk more
seeing
typing.
how you see it. But yeah,
Cool.
All right.
probably should have had the boost for the
It's
previous.
a success.
You are ahead of schedule.
Guess what? You get 2.
All right, let's keep going. I have a copy, so just keep pasting.
All right, cool. We keep going.
Can I use
right.
that advantage to add some boosts?
Yeah, you can have a boost for 2
Okay.
to your next check to this one.
That's good because you get
All right, Aramaa, you're having a hard time centering your mind. You're starting to get a little fast, a little, Camo's picking up his pace. He's working even better.
Huh.
All right, so
So-
that's one's a whiff. Let's see, you rolled.
A lot of
You
advantage,
can
though, so-
add 4 boost dice to your next version of this check, but you do not clear that mine. No, he didn't fail. So
It's just
no,
like,
we'll
oh,
fail with failures or with threat. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So basically, what's happening is that as Camo gets more comfortable doing this, he's starting to pick up your pace, and that's throwing off your Jedi grooves, Aramaa.
Mhm.
So you get to mine number 4, and it's just Camo. You just don't get that support you were feeling, and then are just like,
oops.
hold on, gotta recenter. So
All right. Let's try again.
try again with 4 total boost dice this time. Actually, wait. Are you were eating all the low light?
Oh yeah, I forgot that setback.
We'll let it ride for those last because you rolled really well. But remember from now on,
All right, yeah, that's fair enough. All right, so let
because
me.
I don't
add,
think the setback would have mattered because you rolled really really goo. But
All right, you
all
can
right,
get
that
2
time
from me.
Aramaa gets you.
I add the 4 boost, and then I'll add the 2 setback.
Yep, SS, and you do get your. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, no, you did better.
All right, just
All
add
right.
2 boosts and keep going.
Speed beyond speed. This is number 5.
Jesus.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
That's 4 success.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
let's add 2 more.
This is.
Wow. Wow.
Holy
like-
shit! I'm
So
just
that
holy
was
shit. The difficulty dice
5.
are kicking my ass.
They
It's a
are.
fucking-
5.
It is, but it's
So-
a second row of dice and results.
This check is gonna be the one to get your minimum done. So,
Mhm.
actually, hold on. Aramaa can roll her thing.
Yep, I roll my thing. I can get you 1, my dude.
That's the perfect time. Then I'm gonna flip a destiny point to upgrade this one once. So switch one of those purples to a red die.
Okay.
Okay. This will be fun. Despair.
Okay, let's see. Just 1 there. I'm going to use the 2 boost and a 2 setback, and then change the 1 red to purple. Doesn't go off, but try again.
I am shook.
No. Okay. Yep.
Probably very
You are not-
tense.
You get there. You're starting working. You're going fast, and you're like, nah, don't got it.
All right, well, we're 6. 6 more to go.
Well, no, that's not number 6 yet.
Oh, that's not number 6.
He rolled 7 advantage.
Oh, okay.
You must roll a success to disarm.
Okay.
However, you can have Boots. You can have no, not Boots. Camo can have a couple of boost dice. Boots
Yeah,
can
that's-
have as many boost dice as he like because he's not doing anything.
He's just drinking coffee, waiting.
That's
Damn it,
two-
you took the words out of my mouth, Max.
All right,
That's,
so you get 2 success.
Yep.
2 extra success this time, and you can get a couple of boost dice. I think you get 3 actually because you've got. We'll do it every 2. So, and there's no upgrade this time. I'm not gonna spend it
Oh,
again
to
yet.
drink coffee.
No. Nice.
Oh. Ooh, that's a lot of success.
So you can have an upgrade on your next one.
Okay.
Yeah, basically that first time you started to futz with it and like pop open the thing, and you're just like, nope, that's the wrong wire. Hold on.
That's 1, my dude.
All right, so you've accomplished your
Okay.
minimums. And 6. We're starting again.
Star Wars Bomb Squad.
Just imagine the like the fucking like 24 beep boop beep boop noise.
That's 1
All right,
boost.
clear.
All right.
It's 1.
That's 2, my dude.
Okay.
Your cheerleading plan is working.
Mm-hmm. Except that time where I rolled 5 dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still okay.
All right. That one's a little dicier, but you get it done.
Look at all those blank die.
That's 1, my dude.
I mean, you're cruising on the fact that you've got a lot of equips. Right?
Yeah.
You've got all the right tools for this. As basically, like, I will say overall, because you've been rolling extra success, you're probably actually doing this at about, like, 50% time. Like, remember they said it would take you about
Mhm.
10 minutes per, maybe tops. You're doing this in about 5 per. So
I'm probably like it's probably the weird thing of like Camo's probably doing riskier moves because Arama's course correcting him, so it's
Yeah.
like he's able to do it faster.
well, and that's
even
kind of like why I think you've had some of those whiffs with your advantage rolls, right? Where you're just like,
with like
when Aramaa hasn't been as strong, and you just realize stuff's like, wait, nope, can't do that. That's bad.
yeah, where it's like I almost did a mistake there. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
good one.
So you guys have probably spent about 45 minutes down here.
Nice.
So
Okay.
success. That's your third set, I believe. Yeah, that's your third in this.
That's 2.
All right.
Yeah, because you get the first one for free off 1 point. It costs me an extra 2 for every success after that.
Gotcha.
Nice.
All right. Success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I don't think we've like it's always been a whiff where it's like 3 successes. I think.
Well, you do have 3 success base, so
Yeah.
it's basically comes down to what your inherent dice cancel out.
Yeah. I think they're all canceling out. That was the thing.
That's your fourth one. Number 5 in this set.
Let's cut that one down.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, good.
That's only 1. Jeez.
That was actually a good
Right.
roll. Holy shit.
So this is going to be the last one. We'll do the same thing again.
Dun, 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 dun,
I will
dun.
upgrade one of your dice to red.
Hey, let's see if you get any.
See how many
nice.
Aramaa gets you.
I get you 2.
All right. And I get 2 boost. Red.
All right. Okay. You have successfully disarmed your big, like, broad wedge shape in there of these mines. It takes you about an hour.
Cool.
Which is
Overall.
kind of amazing.
Well, I mean, with those extra successes, you guys were setting a feverish pace. It's like mine, kneel, dig. You know, the 2 techs probably uncover it, start handing Camo tools, and he, goes in, pops up the plate, cuts the wires, disarms them.
The text look at Camo is basically putting a fist of the North Star like attack rush on him with as he's doing. You're already diffused.
It's almost because I always think it becomes like a fucking like a fucking Counter-Strike. He just starts doing the Counter-Strike animation for defusing the bomb by some points. Or just like
You
it's just
rub
happening.
your tool on it, and it works.
Yeah.
All right, but let's retreat.
Yeah, it's a treat.
Yep.
Well, I assume we just kind of put the mines back after the defuse.
I mean, there's not much they can like. I said.
Yeah, you would fish out the triggers. They're actually, I can check how they. Yeah, they're like E4 per. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah, leave them there. Leave them in there.
you are not dragging them with you. You disable them, make them safe. They cannot fire. Like, hypothetically, somebody could probably like get real close and like shoot a gun into them and make them set off, but they're supposed to be stable and less triggered. So
Yeah.
all right, so you're gonna retreat. You're closer now.
Mhm.
Everybody, you're gonna need to make me a stealth check. Now you are rolling
Okay.
versus. You do still have your 2 blue die from the darkness, but you are now rolling versus 2 reds, 1 purple.
Oh God.
Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have the triumph
Upgrade,
chance to
upgrade.
upgrade?
Upgrade me.
Yeah, you can pass that upgrade. You can pass out an upgrade with your demo check.
I feel like
Don't. I know Lucky wants it. I don't know if that actually works out because that's your demo check springboarding into your stealth check. But you can
Okay.
upgrade yourself.
Okay, so that was 2 reds, 1 perp, or
actually, if I'm already 5 yellows, what does upgrading me do?
You can roll an extra green
Extra-
die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, you can go to with cybernetics and stuff. You can go to 6. So you
Yeah.
can
Gotcha,
you can
'cause it's
actually
the-
you can totally add a 6th.
I have 4
green
stealth,
die.
5 agility, upgrade twice already, so technically I should have a 6 green, but I thought it caps out at 5, so I don't go past
Nope,
5.
it does not cap out as 5 actually. So yeah, you
Oh,
should be
okay.
rolling that extra green die, and if you
Oh, then it
do
should be a
get an
6
upgrade,
yellow.
you can make it a 6th yellow. Yes,
Oh, okay.
because you can theoretically hit 6/6. That is the cap though.
Gotcha.
yeah.
All
Sorry,
right,
I'm
and
typically
both
doing that
our
right now.
Jedi spent a destiny point. Thanks for giving those back, kids.
Yeah. Okay, so that was 2 reds, 1 perp.
And you get
Okay.
2 boost dice from darkness.
Dankness.
It's a red, 2 purples, right?
2 red, 1 purple.
Okay.
I might be holding off to see if I can get some boost for some other people.
I will go first.
That's a fair strategy.
then.
fuck.
Triumph.
Take another upgrade.
I will take that
or-
upgrade.
Take
Thank
an
you.
upgrade.
And then maybe I guess a boost, and then or I guess
Well, what's your? Did you take some strain earlier? Also,
I no.
do you want to pinch that off? Anyway.
Forgot about the yellow dice needed to go in there. Why the yellow dice? Oh, it's because I did
There's a space.
space.
Well, roll your
I mean-
one yellow.
I mean,
Okay, 4.
Okay, that's a
fine.
whole 4 success.
Okay, well, here we go.
There
Let's do
too.
this.
So.
Hey, I
You're okay.
made it.
I feel like Camo guides Aramaa out, and then I think like
Well, yeah, that's how upgrades
Yes,
work,
it's-
dude.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you walk ahead, you go front. Everybody's doing good. Everything's going great. It's the best.
Webu trips off the mine somehow.
The otter falls in a hole.
Yeah, let's see. You did succeed with advantage. Uncultured despair. Yeah, no, I think
Hang on.
what's
hang
a
on.
good one? Hold on, I'm calculating. Brain is working, thinking about things.
I removed it because otherwise I'll just keep laughing at it.
Despair on your stealth. Not the best look.
Or the tail gets caught in a bear trap somehow.
Hey, you don't know, there could be bear traps.
It's still a success though, so it's like something semi-connected.
Well, yeah, you sneak at least.
But
You are
they-
sneaky.
But
Something goes
there's
horrible.
some sort of bad, very bad thing.
We are in a minefield.
Yeah, no, I think I know what happens.
But there's an advantage at least. Yeah.
So, as you guys are sneaking away, and you know, Wevu kind of lags behind a little. Maybe you're making sure to kind of chivvy the 2 techs ahead of you because they're having to like pick up all their tools and jog out of here stealthily.
Right.
You guys hear kind of the wind starts to pick up. It starts to snow starts to drift in behind you, and then there's a huge peal of thunder as a bolt of lightning strikes one of the rocks behind you.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh shit.
And then there's another huge peal of lightning as there's another like conductive shock.
Oh, shit. Is this an ion storm?
Yeah, no, thunder.
shit.
There, a sudden thunderstorm is coming up behind you, basically, rapidly approaching you. You guys look back over your shoulders and you see a wall of blackness, except you're pretty sure that that's normally a wall of whiteness. Yeah, a thunder snow blizzard is like rapidly rolling up behind you
So-
guys.
Shit.
Now,
All this calm weather has turned out to suddenly be the calm Bavora storm.
yes. So, here's a good split choice for you guys. You guys could break stealth and break radio silence to signal ahead to your camp to like turn everything off now, like all power systems off, all engines, you know, dial
Honest-
everything down and
I feel
hunker
like
up.
I feel like we see that we
Shut,
probably just
shut up,
start
Axe.
running.
Let him finish.
Well, yeah, that's you guys can do that and call ahead for sure, but then you guys are gonna break stealth if the enemy still has eyes and ears. They'll be able to know you did a radio transmission. Or you guys can keep silent. You can hope that they can tell this is coming and somebody like gets everything done in time, and you guys focus on being sneaky and just shenanigansing your way out of the situation.
Like, we have nomads and spring folk there. I'm pretty sure if they saw the Thunderstruck, they know what the fuck is coming. I
Alright.
don't think they'd be fucking... Yeah, so no. I'm willing to trust in our comrades.
Would they? I have a tactically. I have a scrambled and encrypted radio.
Oh, yeah, that's what you do.
I mean, you could risk it. That might mean they may not intercept. They might still detect a radio signal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
It's,
asking.
it's
yeah.
possible before the storm fully hits that they would still catch it.
Yeah, let's...
That's all I wanted to ask. Yeah.
No, let's just... hoof it
Okay.
back.
Well, actually, here's another good question. Is it time for fuck sneaking, or are you guys gonna try and be stealthy as a blizzard rolls up behind you?
How dangerous are ion storms? Like, I know they're...
To people, not overly. Like it's also like lightning-y, so you guys don't want to be like the tallest thing around or be like overly metallic, but like it's not Not
How
a huge
fuck-
concern.
Yeah.
How
no,
much
no.
would fuck all of our equipment?
I mean,
Well, I mean, comms will go down, sensors will go down, but most stuff isn't constantly powered.
yeah.
If you like try to turn on your flashlight, it'll probably like blow up in your hands, but it's nothing catastrophic.
All right, I'll probably just.
None of you have cybernetics installed, right?
No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Let
No.
us
So
remain calm.
Remain home.
all right. Okay. Boots.
At me.
Go ahead and make me an easy perception check. Actually, no, easy vigilance to notice the weather turn.
Will do.
You probably like hear or see the lightning flash, but let's see if you realize that there's like a blizzard behind it. Nope.
Advantage. So.
You're like busy looking at your friends through some night vision binos as they jog towards you. Everybody's okay. All their limbs and stuff. It's fine. It's great. So the forward camp will be caught a little unawares. Okay. Field team, because you guys are not hoofing it any. You guys are gonna be in a blizzard now.
Yep.
Snow whirls up around you. So your visibility is limited to short. Period. Full stop. And it's quite cold, right? But you guys are mostly insulated. You don't have anything exposed, I don't think, so you don't got to worry about frostbite.
It's cold.
But
Everyone's
it's cold. You can't see shit. So I'm gonna need you to. One of you should make me a. Yeah, this is a wilderness navigation thing. Somebody should make me a hard survival check to make it back to the forward camp, where the relief team is sitting.
I think Camo has to because he's gonna lead everyone to make sure everyone bundles up. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna probably like
Yeah.
scrunch up
Well.
and then go one direction.
Oh, actually, yeah. Specifically, also Ion Storm thing. Camo should not use his jetpack. He shouldn't use that anyway because it's a blizzard, but he also especially should not use it because it'll probably short out, and that would be bad.
Explode.
Yeah. I said I have to guide. He has to guide everyone.
Yeah,
through
on
this,
foot.
so-
Just that was just a thought I had as Cam was
It
talking.
was
Like,
like, fuck you guys in jetpacks
I should
away.
make sure you don't leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see.
And again, this should be at like 2 dots of like. Actually no. Yeah, 3 concealment because total concealment, total whiteout.
Does that count for as setback in this case?
Yeah, setback
Okay.
because you're seeing with your eyes. Yeah, it's like that.
I'd ignore at least 2
This
of
is
that.
literally Hoth
so-
right now.
I think
Yeah.
I'd ignore 2 of that
It's
because
not as cold as Hoth, but yeah.
I have 2.
cold
No,
and
the rest-
snowing.
it's only probably
Well,
one
I don't know.
setback.
Hoth can't be that super cold if it's like got crazy ass blizzards. If it's really really cold, there's no precip.
Hard, right?
Yeah, hard.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
You successfully find the relief team who are kind of hunkered down. The clones probably have to like rapidly grab the post to this tent they got.
It's like we
Just
need to
kind of
move.
hold on as you guys, jog out of the snow.
Mhm.
Boots, you're looking for your friends. You can't see them anymore as they get swallowed up by a storm, and then all of a sudden, Camo's faceplate is like right in front of you.
Ah!
Move. Move now.
You hear another huge crack of thunder above you as it like jumps between snow clouds.
I guess it's a good thing I already made coffee. Who needs some?
Later.
Aramaa will be like, we need to get back to mobile. Half yelling.
Grab everything and
Yeah.
move. Just make sure nothing's. Just...
All right. Yeah. Well, this is a decent question in case you want to. Are you gonna like leave the little? Are you gonna keep like pack up the little field tent you brought?
Yeah,
for
we're gonna
these guys
pack
to
it
be
up.
set
I
up
want
in?
to go flying, go into them, and they'll be like, "What is this piece of fabric with Republic insignias on it?"
Okay, so the clones are ready to go. They pull the stakes up, fold it up, wrap it up,
Yeah.
rock and roll. You guys do spend another couple of unfortunate minutes out in there, but you make sure everything's packed up, no loose items.
Mhm.
Take only photographs, leave only footprints. Only you're
Sorry.
not leaving
I
footprints right
just
now.
had a thought of like the clones like take out the stakes and then immediately go flying off with the tent. It just gets picked up.
No, you guys are heavy enough and carrying enough kit. You don't do that, but it's a little bit of a fight. But I won't make it a roll. Okay,
Thank
Once
you.
again, probably Camo, make me that same check you just did to navigate your way back to the vehicles.
I'm gonna upgrade myself if that's okay.
Just
Go for it.
Oh jeez, if they did that, that'd be fucking awful.
No,
Cool,
I'm talking
but
about.
awful.
Talking about them getting blasted off by the wind. Like now the paratroopers.
Wait.
It's not a failure, but it means we're probably here a little longer than we probably want to be.
Okay, yes. Unfortunately, what happens when you have no sensors and zero visibility?
Yeah, where it's like
you because you guys like stop to pack up the tent, you lose your point of reference, and you probably waste. It's only like 3 advantages. It's
Yeah.
or rather, it's a full 3 advantages, no extra failures.
Hmm.
So it's not forever, but
it probably takes 30 minutes to an hour longer than we hoped.
yeah, no, you're probably out here for another extra 30 minutes wandering in a blizzard, like trying to find something, and
It's not pleasant at all.
no, it's even in your gear, it's cold. Like, not enough to hurt or anything, but it's fucking cold. You would not want to be out here a couple hours.
Mhm.
Otherwise, you'd be making
Yeah.
resilience checks.
Good thing
Nobody
we
can see shit. Does anybody have any? Actually, here's a good question. Anybody got any, like, ropes or anything? Any cables?
I got
have
the
our rouse.
RAL kit.
Okay, that's not really good. I was thinking you could tether to each other. Okay, so
Yeah.
probably what happens is you're slowed down by the fact that you got to go, like, arm
Single
length
file.
to arm length. Otherwise, you will literally lose people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
Fun
form a
luck.
little daisy chain, and then after, like I said, after another like half hour, 45 minutes, Camo, manages to not run headfirst into one of the Juggernaut wheels, as just Sierra Mobile is just a big dark gray blob suddenly looms out of a blizzard in front of you.
Cool.
Is it just a
You can,
narrative point?
you can already tell you've got, meter high snowdrifts forming under the wheels. Luckily, your suspension is huge.
There's a fun narrative bit of like, good thing we did this really fast because otherwise we would have been like buried in the blizzard.
Yeah, no, you did it good. And honestly, nobody'll, they'll be none the wiser now, too.
Yeah, it's like I wonder
Now,
how they're gonna
admittedly,
do it.
this does mean you might have a hard time telling exactly where you dug up your mines, but that won't be, I'll tell you now, that won't be a serious concern.
Mhm.
That'll be like if somebody fucks up a roll, you can be like, you forgot.
Yeah, we'll make sure to check preemptively. Because
I mean,
probably at least like
honestly, I don't know
another
if we'll be
foot
able to find him again.
Fair enough. It's probably another foot of snow,
Yeah.
or maybe more.
Yeah, you'd probably have to scout it again, because they're not. Remember how I said they were probably sort of obvious? They're not obvious anymore.
No.
So the best way to do this is probably you guys want to find an exterior ladder.
Yeah, the emergency ladder.
Mm-hmm. And shimmy up onto the roof, and then go in a roof hatch. Because I don't know if in these conditions you can lower the ramp.
No, that's hydraulics and electronics.
Like, there's probably an emergency release system. I don't know if you can then pack the ramp back up.
Probably
easy.
not. No.
So yeah, you guys scale the ladder in the cold. Do you have any like priority of who goes up top first?
No, not really. Just
all right,
go.
I would say for fairness, Camo probably stays at the bottom, and it's just like ladder, ladder, ladder.
Make sure to take.
So
that
you
step
guys make
and,
your way up. This thing, keep in mind, is how many meters tall?
Huge.
Yeah. So like, you guys have to shimmy up.
This just makes me feel like it's a weird mix
It's
between
like 3 stories tall, if I'm understanding
Yeah.
this right. Hang on.
Height,
I would
22 meters.
Yeah, that's a climb.
a
Yeah,
big
you guys
boy.
got to go 20 meters up in the air on this giant windbreak.
This makes me think of a weird mix between one of those like Arctic survival games, like it's like a mix between the Long Dark and Metal Gear right now.
Yeah, this is getting some Metal Gear vibes. All right, and then I will not make you roll to find the hatch. It's
It's there.
you guys have lived in this thing for periods at a time. You know how to find the hatch. This is a good question though. Who is in the hatch first?
I assume it's on the text.
All right. Well, if you let a clone lead. Okay. So
I'll go in
one of you
second
happens to be
last.
nearby, as one of the technicians pops open a hatch, and the snub nose of a DC-15 carbine pokes out, and somebody shouts up into the blizzard, the call sign, and he's like, "Fuck you, it's cold." All right, good enough for me. The rifle end sneaks back in, a hand comes in, guy gets pulled in, all of you eventually get pulled in. You probably let in, a couple, maybe like 10 or 20 millimeters of snow after you,
Mhm.
but you all get in the hatch. It's fucking dark.
At least
you
no more
can-
wind chill. Oh my god.
Well, yeah, thank God for there's no more wind chill. It's dark. It's actually warm in here,
like, oh.
but it's dark. You guys can't you don't know who or what rank that clone is that was guarding the hatch, right?
Yep.
Because he is just a pale clone-shaped blob in the dark.
I think the only people that can actually see is Wevu and Aramaa because they just have like extra senses that let them just see.
Yeah, Wevu's probably got a decent amount of sight, especially if she turns on her force. Aramaa is like you see everything.
Mhm.
But yeah,
you're out of
so
the blizzard, yeah.
you guys bunker down. I assume bunker down for the night.
Yeah, just let this pass. Like holy shit.
We got no other choice. What happened to the spring folk? Did they come on board? Because
yeah, because you guys had a couple of extra nomad vehicles. When the storm hits, they probably crawled onto a nomad vehicle.
okay, just making sure everyone
It was accounted for.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, the raiders could get on the raid run, or nomads got on the nomads, but I was worried about the spring folk mostly.
No.
And what they were doing.
You probably find a couple of them in your hold. They report that some of them stayed behind. They have a trick where they bury themselves in the snow.
Oh, cool.
With their mounts,
Oh, neat.
because Thunderstriders couldn't fit under here. So they basically they saw it coming. They dug in. Everything's coolio.
Okay.
You can't do a full head count on everybody, but you head count yourselves. Everybody accounted for. Yes, the poor unfortunate sod in the ob pod came back down. They pulled it in.
They're probably bundling up in some extra sheets. We do have I do like this place actually has nice beds considering we put out.
Oh yeah, no, you outfit it for instead of jump seats, you guys have cots.
Yeah.
And probably have you have the onboard as amenities, so you have, if you could turn them on, you have heaters and comfy seats and stuff.
We'll probably turn that on when the blizzard stops. Yeah.
But for nope, everyone get comfy. You're probably gonna have to sleep in your armor.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't want to take
you
it
got
off.
enough emergency kits. Everybody can wrap out a thermal blanket.
Mhm.
You guys probably want to towel off.
Yeah.
So you're not covered in snow melt.
Yeah. Probably use a thermal cloak as a blanket.
Mhm.
Or extra blanket, I should
Now
say.
Boots can bust out his thermos of coffee.
Yeah.
drink.
Oh, it's frozen inside. Damn it.
No, it wasn't that cold.
I know. I'm just joking.
That'd be kind of scary if it
Can you
was.
imagine just uncapping a thermos, tipping it over, you just get fucked in the face by just
Fucking
this big
slush.
block of ice?
Just whack.
Yeah, just a block of ice a literal coffee ice hits you in the face. Bonk.
Bonk.
Like that'd just be very demoralizing in an Arctic survival setting.
Just Anyway, we sleep.
Okay, so this is gonna go on for a while.
Oh god.
It may in fact go on all night, all the rest of the night anyway.
Mhm.
So it's dark. You guys probably have some chemical heating packs and stuff if you need them. You can get some glow sticks, chemical lights if you need them. Emergency stuff.
Yes, glow sticks.
Actually, yeah. No, I think Aramaa, why don't you go ahead and make me a? How many guys you got in this tin can? Let's see.
80 something right now.
Yeah, Aramaa, go ahead and make me a daunting leadership check. You can get a free upgrade from this because they're your clones, but yeah, as basically you guys are dark. It's not cold because you do have 80 dudes worth of packed into space here, right?
Mhm.
But it's getting cold. It's thundering outside.
We don't have our
Nobody can
electronics.
turn on a light or anything, and just you got to keep spirits up.
Daunting's
yeah.
4,
So
right?
I'm guessing I can't turn on
Yeah,
my
Daunting is
helmet glow rod.
I will tell everyone bedtime stories, I guess.
All right.
Something.
Like I said in check chat, but Boots will pass around the server.
Jesus! Well, I got 5 success, but...
I calm you down with the power of the dark side.
No.
Yes, I use the dark side to put everyone to sleep.
Go the fuck. Aramaa reads "Go the fuck to sleep."
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Take a strain yourself because you're focusing all your energy on other people.
Mhm.
You know, you have to deal with basically deal with their anxiety as much as your own. But you are able to keep basically order of battle. No, it's fine. It's fine, lads. Everybody, bunk up. You know,
We're gonna have a thrilling battle when this is all over. Be excited.
The mission was a success. You know, you tell him the harrowing tale of how, you know, Camo disarmed all his mines and you stood there real cool. You know, talk about all your other adventures. The couple of spring folk you've got bunking with you probably join in with some of their classic stories because they have a great tradition of stories to tell in bunkered down cabins during storms.
Mhm.
And everybody, it's like campfire stories without a campfire because you're sealed in a tin can. And eventually, you know, everybody takes a rest shift.
Honestly, I don't think everyone could just rack the fuck out because I don't think anyone's moving in this weather.
No. If you guys won't, Motorhead will insist on a skeleton guard shift.
Yeah.
That's
Basically, there's a guy with a carbine or a shotgun watching, you know, every ramp and hatch, and you know, there's at least one guy who, and it might actually even be the captain who is asleep in the cockpit, right, in case the storm ends and we need to go. But yeah. And do you guys want to sleep?
Yeah.
All right.
Aramaa will not.
Okay. You make me a resilience roll.
I will make that a resilience roll.
Boots
All right.
will go to sleep.
All right. Camo and Boots rack out. You guys can heal any strain you have.
All right.
Heal 1 wound if you got any wounds.
It's probably a situation of like, I think Camo at a later date will probably want to talk to Aramaa, being like, so that's how you see the world and stuff like that. But
What?
another
We'll figure
time.
that out later.
Yeah.
I don't think now's a good time for that kind of conversation.
I'm just
Maybe
marking it
afterwards.
down so we just remember later.
Like, I'm actually confused. How do you mean I see the world?
Yeah,
As like how you physically see it, because I think you're like,
don't
Oh,
think that
talking about the
was.
Force Eyes thing. Okay.
Yeah,
because
battle
like,
meditation, you know, kind of focusing everything,
What's
guiding
my,
him.
what's the difficulty on the resilience check? Just average?
Yeah, just average. Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
there we go. Woo! Technically, I believe I fail.
Okay.
Even if
Well,
I-
you don't heal any of your strain.
Nope.
And you will take a black die tomorrow morning because you are tired.
Mm-hmm.
Wevuguk racks out.
I'm gonna need some calf.
I just have this picture of like Aramaa quietly sitting in the theater command center by herself. All the lights are off and just, you know, the pillars of heaven shake outside as your juggernaut, because it is very boxy,
Mm-hmm.
you know, kind of like gently rocks back and forth in the wind. Yeah, sitting and thinking.
this is probably a situation you never expected you'd have. But now you have.
And then just before dawn hour, you know, you haven't heard lightning for, you know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then the wind starts to die down. And, you know, you know, somebody opens up the viewports, you know, pre-dawn light starts to filter in.
Mhm.
A clone probably jogs up to you and is like, General, we just checked. Storm's cleared. Permission to fire her up.
Fire her up. I'm going topside.
You know what time it is?
So
Clanker killing time.
yeah, so you know that guy runs back up to the cockpit, and you guys are probably gently rustled to wake by you know, as the engine kicks on, the heaters start going. The air was getting a little stale, starts to flush out. Aramaa, you pop out one of the top hatches.
Mm-hmm.
You find a clone already getting ready to run up the observation pod.
Mm-hmm.
And you look out, and I won't say it's a wildly different terrain, but the landscape is definitely a little bit different after a blizzard is swept through. First of all, you know all those mine spots you saw and mapped? Well, I hope you have a good map with numbers, because you don't see shit anymore. You're pretty sure the snow cover is at least a meter thick now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's probably average. There are like drifts and stuff. You know, you guys the snow is like piled halfway up your wheels in the Juggernaut. You know, probably more like 3 or 4 meters deep.
Oh, jeez.
Again, luckily, you guys got. It's literally in the description of the Juggernaut. Each one of your like 10 wheels is like individually powered and suspended. So this thing has no problem. Now, your vehicles, which are in a similar place, you might want to take a couple seconds to dig out.
Yeah.
But you already see like some mounds of snow like being away as like some of the spring folk kind of pop out of their little makeshift snow holes.
Mm-hmm.
As
They're like popping out of the daisies.
I will give commands to drop the ramp and assist. Get people out. Get people some hot food. People are probably hungry. And if not for anything, they probably need to warm their soul a little bit.
All right. You order clones to form a soup line.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And someone get me a gallon of calf.
Already on it. And hot chocolate. You never know.
Boots appears and hands you a thermos.
And Aramaa's just going to look at this white sheet and sip calf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. After the clouds have passed, though, like the sky is a crystal light blue-green. At points, you have a hard time telling where the horizon stops and the sky starts, you know?
Mm-hmm. I know this look. I've been on the calm seas.
Yeah, it's just, you know, glassy. You can at points some of the like some of the snow clearly formed like ice sheets almost, and like literally you can see stars reflected in the ice and snow on the ground. And, yeah, it's not go too weird. We'll say that the sun rises in the east, so it's behind you. So, you know, the dawn comes, the soul of sun, you know, blooms behind you, over you. Meanwhile, clones run down ramps with E-tools and start, you know, chipping and digging.
Mm-hmm.
Good work. Hot.
We gotta prepare for starting doing the maneuver as soon as possible.
Yeah, like I said, the faster we move, the faster we can catch them, because I'm pretty sure they have to dig themselves out too.
Yeah.
They probably don't have to worry. They have a bit of cover, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them got fucking cover too. Nature. Wait, what I was gonna say. Nature does not distinguish between friend and foe.
I'm pretty sure that's one of Sun Tzu's 36 stratagem notes.
Good. Decide to see if there's any good soup line gifts, and it's all no soup for you, or I'm at soup.
Thanks, internet. But all right, you know, you guys breakfast up,
mm-hmm.
recaf, you know, hot soup. Everybody warms up. You're ready to rock and roll.
All right. Well.
Now, admittedly, your formation currently is pretty tight and not tactical.
We should probably tactical up.
Like I said, you circled the wagons. You probably literally circled your vehicles as windbreaks, or so. And as I said, your positioning ideas on where your hole in the vehicle line is a little sketchier, but you do have navigation equipment you can boot up now. You can probably figure it out. So, let's see, what's our timing?
Like, honestly, I think this just means we're like, I'm pretty sure the Juggernaut is the sturdiest and biggest thing.
Oh yeah, that's your spear tip.
Yeah, we'll basically leave with the Juggernaut, and if it takes a couple blows, well, we might just be here for a little bit, but.
Well, so I got a question, because we're about to go, like, full-blown, probably mass combat time and stuff. We're at almost 3 hours. Do we want to call it today? We've had a very action-packed segment.
I'm okay with calling it here.
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right.
I'm up for either.
Yeah, let's call it here because
Okay, let's pack up.
let's
That means I
have
can think
big-
of a couple of fun things to do specifically with mass combat, because I think
Yeah.
having you done your prep work, this is mass combat worthy. You're basically going to try and fast assault ambush these guys before they can marshal a defense, because hey, they had to turn off all their droids.
yep.
And hopefully for all that, then I guess maybe the following week after that, we might start Winter Crown, depending.
Yeah, it depends. Honestly, that probably depends on how fucking amazing you guys do at your mass combat bit. Like,
Also,
I gotta be real, that could end in like 30 minutes if Aramaa gets a roll on and just these guys are like, nope, bye.
It's like, fuck it, we get paid enough for this.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be some, no matter what, there'll probably be some post-op. I'm sure you guys will want to clear up their, like, check out their camp.
Probably at least. get
Hell,
into,
if you
third
roll like 5 billion successes and literally like crash the Juggernaut into them before they get any droids online, you'll want to like make sure all their droids are disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we can cover all that next time. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Actually, here's
sesh.
one thing
Okay.
here. Did I trigger my duty because I technically did disable enemy assets?
Oh yeah, no, you did a sabotage. And I think it's fair that you can go ahead and take the +5 now.
Okay.
So we can do that.
Marth, you want to add that
I'll
to the
do
tracker?
that.
Yeah, add it to the chart so he knows. Did anybody else hit their duty?
I gave out food and
no.
medicine.
That's true. You
Mine-
did civilian outreach this session. All right.
Mine
+5 for you.
says ground and air superiority. Says
So not yet.
very minor stuff. Not even sure if it's worth the points, but I did make sure the personnel was all right.
Yeah, I
Handing
mean,
out-
that's fair. I think we can be a little generous. You have been consistently being like, "Hey, is everybody okay? Are they? Do they have food? Are they healed?"
Yeah, and
You're
like when I
always part of the relief team.
arrive, it's like okay, gonna make sure they don't have any injuries.
All right, so let's do +5 to everybody but Wevu for now.
For
Give you an
now,
opportunity for
Yeah,
some
'cause I
ground superiority later.
Because I did do.
Yeah, everybody did their stuff. Okay, so EXPs. So you found the thing, and you did your daring night raid. So we'll call it 10 base.
Okay.
There was a lot of planning, but you accomplished a couple things.
Marth.
Motivations?
Oh, there we go. Sorry, it took me. I just saw what was in the text
You've
chat.
done it again.
I want to say people are counting on me because I went with the demo crew.
I
Oh,
did
yes,
the mission.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, no despairs are rolled on that, but I would not be afraid to be like, hey, you've accidentally cut a wrong wire and you blew up the mine. And everybody eats
And we
shit.
had to do it we had to do 12 individual mines.
We
too.
did
Yeah,
14.
no.
But yeah, 12
Oh,
times.
yeah, no, I was like, no, you're going to have to do this 12 times, nerds.
We got a macro worked out, but yeah,
You will roll for every mine because reasons.
it was tense every time.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, I loved it. No, we had good feels.
It's like good thing we had the whole setup because I think otherwise we probably would have blown ourselves up, honestly. Because like holy shit, like those rolls.
Well, and to be fair, you guys. So on the one hand, I can say some of this. The way I kind of reasoned it out is your guys' caution kind of hurt you in the first place because your enemy is now very well dug in. They pre-planned. They knew you had a vehicle in the area because you guys were waiting around and slow rolling it with your vehicle. However, because you guys took that extra caution, you also didn't stumble dick first into the trap.
Yeah.
Other than that time that Camo may have accidentally fallen dick first into a mine.
But
we don't know how he fell, but
But in the Clone Wars fashion, it worked out.
oh yeah, no, that's a great The Clone Wars moment where you're like you trip and fall and you're like, General, it's okay. It's an anti-tank mine. How do you know? I'm sitting on it.
I do want to say I am actually also glad that you were able to pull out an ion storm.
Yeah.
Oh
'cause,
yeah,
like,
no. When I thought about like, oh, does something blow up? Does it engage? And I'm like, oh no. You guys have had clear weather for like 3 sessions of this thing. Yeah, no, let's do a big storm up.
it's like no, like it lines up like oh no, that was a Compor storm. It was actually ominously clear.
I won't lie.
And to be fair, that kind of like we said, that kind of resets the slate. Like you and them are both going from a cold start.
Yeah.
Perfectly snuck away. I wouldn't be. Like you guys don't have to volunteer because it's retroactive, but I wouldn't have been shocked if somebody, hell, I might even have done it as one of the other characters, like one of your ancillaries, suggested a night raid, right?
Yeah.
Or alternatively, I could have, if like say it had not been a despair or like somebody had done like a failure on a stealth check, like they could have done a counter raid, right?
Yep.
Ooh,
They just start
they could
shooting
have
at
just
us. Yeah.
rolled up with jetpacks and decided to like try and ambush you while you were buttoned up.
Like,
You guys don't
I-
have any horror stories about that. The last time you were in an armored vehicle in a combat scenario.
Yep.
Oh God, that again.
I just
Luckily,
remember.
you didn't ID any commander droids with them. It's just Aramaa's very specific phobias you have to tangle with.
Yes. Fire.
So let's see. So
But
what's
okay,
our base
I think
XP for
everybody
this?
sorted out their. Everybody sorted out their. Oh, motivations. Anybody? It was 10 XP base. Anybody other than?
Mission. I've
Yeah.
done. I did it really hard.
Oh yeah, no, you were very mission oriented today, and you definitely volunteered for some duties that were absolutely super dangerous.
It's like I think I think I was like also like one of the only people that are actually like skilled enough to make sure this worked out well. So
I
Well,
did
yeah,
hope
and that's why I had that comment about like scouting. I was like, okay, unfortunately, your scout guy and your mine guy are the same guy. mean-
While I did help some people, I don't think I went out of my way to help clones the most. Like I did help them, but not much. to
No, I
trigger my
don't think you hit
Extra
quite a
duty at least.
motivation then.
Yeah.
Well, that has a much better chance to come up when we actually engage in conflict. Because
Yeah, so I'm happy with just getting duty and no motivation for this one.
all right, okay, so next time we will get into this. So over the week, consider your plan of attack. If you're gonna like do a marching order or anything, how you want to do this.
I'm getting a toughen, so I have been
Oh, sorry,
25
did
experience
we-
away
what
from
was-
my next vacation.
What was the base EXP for this
Ten.
session? Okay, my bad. I somehow missed that.
No, it's fine. All right, so yeah, think about your plans and stuff. And hey, audience out there, we'll see you next time. Next time.
Yeah.
Next time on Star Wars AP.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Bye.